It's midnight. But don't go to sleep now. It's time for Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. Featuring Wolfman Mike, Jeff the Gray, Adam Shadow, and Darren, the man with 1,000 questions. Now join us as we explore the mysterious nature of our world. Igor, release the monsters from the dungeon. Crack some drinks and let go. Unwind, open your mind, just know.
Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep.
Psychics, mediums, ghosts, fireballs, lunar anomalies, Sasquatch, UFOs. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio.
With Willie in Alaska. Our moral compass, Curtis Green. With Eric the Protector. And hugs from Apocalypse. The Angry Bog. And keeping it real with Stabby McHugs. Crack some drinks and let go. Unwind, open your mind, just know.
Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep.
Remote viewing, rabbit toys, glowing orbs, lost treasures, Martian artifacts, the chupacabra, and Debbie, daily. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle Paranormal Radio. It's Monster Castle, Monster Castle Paranormal Radio Show.
It's hilarious. I am laughing so hard. Oh my god. Adam. Oh my god, he sent me pictures. I see you, Adam. I'm calling Adam too right now. He's not answering. Poor Adam. He's going crazy. I imagine he's going crazy. From the look of the pictures. But Chris is here. Mr. White's here.
Yeah.
Papa Coyote's here again. All right.
Hey.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. Papa Coyote. Papa Coyote on Sky Radio.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
Yeah.
I'm drinking some tequila rose.
Ooh, there you go.
That sounds
I'm
like
having
Snarky
some,
of Oz. Snarky of Oz is here.
I'm having some Dark Night coffee.
Dark Night coffee. I've got that on the side. I've got Timmy's right beside me.
Dennis Dyke, are you there too?
I'm here, sir.
Oh my God! We have the Dream Master. We have Snarky of Oz. We have Marijuana Mama and Papa Coyote and the Wolfman Mike. Wow, quite the crew.
Yeah. Pleased to meet you, Papa.
Oh, that's Dream Master there, Papa Coyote. He's saying hi to you.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah. Just Dennis. But yeah, so it's Wendigo, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a word I don't even like to say.
We actually had an incident over the last 2 days taking a drive, and we were talking about the Wendigo driving about 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. I can't remember exactly. But between those 2 times, and both times when we were talking about the Wendigo, I ended up killing a raccoon the first night that had rabies.
Yeah.
And the second night, a baby rabbit. It scared the hell out of me, and we couldn't talk about it no more while I was driving.
Yeah, no, you got to be careful with that. And initially it was I forget. I did a little research on the CI presentation of the topic was another apology per se. Where they ate the corpses and shit like that.
Well, they're known to be cannibals.
Right?
Okay, let's Papa Coyote. Do you know?
Yeah, okay,
do you have a general description of these things that you know of?
Well, they can, as everybody knows, they can be shapeshifters.
Yep, they could be anything.
Yeah, they can turn into anything that they want, which kind of goes back to the old, really old, African, Haitian, and American voodoo beliefs of the Lugaru, which at some point it was a witch that made a deal with some nasty forces for abilities to be, to learn the secrets of dark magic and all those things, and they, as part of their bargain, I guess, they shed their skin and can turn into other creatures at night to feed. So these things like the Lugaru and the Skinwalkers and the Wendigo and even werewolves and things like that, they all branch out of this one old legend.
So it's related to vampires, actually, isn't it? The Wendigo.
In the original sense of it, yeah. Because everybody thinks right away when you say vampire, right away they go to the Carpathian Mountains over in, Romania and Dracula and all that other shit. Well, that's not the original story behind it. The original stories come out of Africa.
But this Wendigo, is it come from Africa or just a Native American thing? Or
it's another one that comes out of it. It's similar to the one that comes out of Africa.
Okay.
Let me backtrack. All the indigenous people, no matter where you come from, it seems like everybody has a story of one of these things, whether it's the Wendigo or it's the Lugaru or if it's a werewolf or whatever the hell it is. It's all this creature that comes out and eats things and basically shapeshifts. It's all the same thing. Doesn't matter what you call it.
okay, okay. Can I tell the story of what this guy described to me? This is gonna blow your socks off.
Sure.
Okay. Wow.
I can tell it too.
Okay. This is the way. Okay. This is the way it was described to me from Chris. He was supposed to be a guest here 4 times in a row. Keeps canceling on me. He's scared shitless of this thing. Doesn't want to talk about it. This is the second person that's had experiences with these things and doesn't want to tell the story. Doesn't want to talk about it.
Locally.
No, the one person I know is from Alaska. The same thing. Doesn't want to talk about it because they tell me that thing is telepathic and told them if they talk about it that they'll come kill him. So they don't want to talk about it. Here's the story that they were driving, and you can help me with this, Chris, if I don't get something right. Jump in.
Sure.
They're driving, him and his father, in the countryside here in Malahide Township, Ontario, and
Highway 19.
Highway 19 toward Tilsonburg, or away from Tilsonburg. Towards Tilsonburg from the lake. And okay, the corn. They noticed something in the corn, or he stopped.
There was a road, and there was corn on both sides. And
But why did they stop? Why did they stop?
They didn't. I'm gonna have to tell this part because
you may
not have been listening to.
No,
all
he
the
said he
stories.
saw something in the cornfield beside him, and it had a big head, and it had its arms outstretched, and it was pure black, and it was traveling through the corn as fast as this car was going, smashing the corn stalks down with its arms outstretched, keeping up to the vehicle, and then it turned and crossed the road and went right through his vehicle, and then went in the corn on the other side, and he saw that for a minute or two, and then all of a sudden, boom, he was like 20 miles down the road further.
On another road, completely far gone from where they were when they had this thing go through the car. Completely different area, completely getting turn around and come back.
Yeah.
He found that their lives had changed significantly after that, more for the negative than for the positive, that's for sure.
Yeah, he said that too. Yeah, he actually said that their lives changed for the negative after that experience.
Well, how many people probably had an experience with a Wendigo and never survived, and nobody had an explanation for their disappearance in the first place?
And also every time I talk about this story while we're driving, this has happened 3 times now.
Twice.
Oh yeah, the one time you avoided the cat. That was the third time.
Cat.
You avoided the cat.
Oh, shit, yeah.
We saw it ahead of time.
Oh, shit.
But they seem to just walk right out on the road like they're just sacrificing themselves and just wait for the car to come.
The first night it was a rabid raccoon because he came at us in a diagonal and he was vicious.
No, it wasn't. It wandered onto the road like an idiot, and it just wanted to die.
He was running at me.
It didn't run. It walked right out calmly in front of your car, like it wanted to die.
Yeah, when you talk about Wendigos, right, Wolfman?
Yeah, I don't think we should talk about them. To tell you the truth,
I know, but I'm just gonna say straight up, and Papa's here, right, and yeah, for me, just to share experience to myself, right, is negative energy, right? I'll refer to 14 negative energy, right?
Pure blackness.
Whatever. And I've had a lot of come up on me, right? Because we become targets, right? Because we become higher vibrational, and they want to, usurp energy from us. I hope I'm not getting too off topic, Mike.
Not at all.
This is great.
I think Papa Coyote knows exactly what you're talking about there, about sucking energy, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Very much so.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. What pisses them off is because I recognize I can see. Okay. And excuse me. And when they notice that I can see, they go after they go after targets to my close friends, loved ones, or whatnot, right? Because they can't get to me. They already know it. I've already seen it. I've already done it, right? I know the way they work, and it's kind of like you kind of like put up an umbrella, and they get pissed off with that, you know, again, you know me, Mike. You know, in my dreams, they try to get at me all the
was
time
running in my dream.
because they want to suck the energy. They want the energy that I got.
I was running
Yeah.
away from something in my dream the other night. It was terrifying. But I didn't know I was running in my body awake. Mike had to tell me I was actually running. I disturbed him so
It's
bad.
like a dog runs in their sleep. Her legs were going like that, kicking and running. And she didn't look happy.
No, I don't like this.
No, that's what I turn. That's what I turn. I say, fuck you.
You gotta have
Sorry. For
And
the
then
language.
what do? Throw out the window or what?
No, I just say you have no power over me, man.
Oh, so you,
Because I got
so
I
like
got
if
source,
if
man. I'm
if,
straight from
she was
source,
your
man.
girlfriend, you would just push her out the window and say you have no power, and that's it. You push your girlfriend out the window.
No.
No.
Oops, sorry, I was wrong. Damn it.
You know.
I was
So I've got a description of the Wendigo for our audience if you'd like.
Love to hear it.
okay. Hello? You have a...
I'm here.
No, that's
Oh,
that's
okay,
my
so here's what I found.
All right.
The descriptions of the creature vary slightly. The Wendigo is generally said to have glowing eyes, long yellow fangs, overly large tongue, and have a swollen yellowish skin, but others are said to have matted hair. They are tall and lengthy and driven by a horrible hunger. They go after those that eat the flesh of their own kind. Cannibalism.
So...
Is
Guess,
there any truth to the fact that I read? I'm not sure of this, but they say that's actually somebody that was on this earth that was already a evil person turned into a demon that got powers that got them into the point where they could change and transform and even get more powerful than they were before. I'm wondering. I'm just curious.
Well, that's the idea behind the Lugaroo.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's what this thing is all about. Same kind of thing.
Well, I mean, the Native Americans called what we call corn called maize. I mean, just because of what they call it doesn't mean it's anything different.
That's right.
We all have different names for the same thing.
Yeah.
okay, this story that I said, Papa Coyote, about this thing trashing the corn down with its arms and going like superhuman speed beside the car. Does that sound... Have you heard anything like that before?
Well, there's all kinds of myths as far as things like that of, beings similar to Wendigo that has abilities that can run at superhuman speed, or can have superhuman strength, or can fly, or disappear into fog, and that's all part of what people have seen. I mean, just because one person saw this doesn't mean that it can't do other things. That was just one episode of what it was doing. Now, the next time you come across that, it might do something totally different. I mean, there's a whole string of things that they can do that are things that a human being can't do.
Rachel?
Yeah,
I mean, there's even stories of
agree.
things that fly.
Go ahead, Dennis.
No, I agree. And once you're aware of the movements or the energy in the manner in which they work, it's not, like they don't like to be so much physical, or that they can be visually noticed or seen, whatnot. Yeah, a lot of it's energy based, and when holding a high vibration yourself or intuitive or whatnot, you can pick up this, right? Where that quote unquote, well, I'll just say, no disrespect. When these sheeples are, just within this 3D, you won't see this stuff. And for me, Mike, it is energy based. And again, I'll hold back, I'll stand with that. And when you pick up, when you are sensitive yourself, right, when they try to hide from you, up, and they got to figure out something somehow else, how to be more covert per se, right? If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
The funny part is that someone like me that deals with a lot of spirits and works with some of the darker forces and things like that, or what people would call darker forces. Things like this we kind of ignore each other. Things like a Wendigo or some of the other things that are out there that most people consider to be dark. It's almost like an understanding that, you stay over there, I'll stay over here, and we won't bother each other.
I agree with that.
I've studied demonology, and not demonology. It's none of that scientific bullshit or Christian-based nonsense that people get degrees for that apply to nothing. I have worked with what is considered black magic, and I've worked with demons, and I've worked with angels, and I work with anything that suits my purpose at the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you walk this line that, forces on both sides are kind of like, okay, I see you, you stay there, I'll stay here type thing.
Mm-hmm.
We won't bother each other.
Okay.
I got my thing, you got your thing, and we'll just keep it that way.
I got something to say to people like Stabby McHugs in the chat room about this. He's just going, yeah, it's unicorn, Bigfoot, claptrap. No, he thinks there's wonders of nature that are real, not this shit, right? But I'll tell you, I had 3 or 4 people telling me stories that are all the same, and they don't even know each other. They don't even know each other from a hole in the wall. And they told me stories that were almost identical about this creature running beside their car, running as fast as their car, talking to them telepathically. And it was black, and it was thrashing down the field of the corn row that it was going through, and its arms extended. And this is the same thing I've been told by 2-3 different people, 1 from Alaska, 2 from around here. Same story. So these people don't even know each other at all. And it's not even on the internet anywhere. I don't know of any of this story anywhere. I think I'm the only one that's covering it. So I don't know what the hell it is, but there's definitely something here. And it's something normal.
Like I said to everybody, I've said this before, and the last time I was on the show, I repeated it extensively. In every myth, there is a bit of truth. There has to be. Now, yes, there's some over-exaggerations because we're all human. We all see things, and our mind makes things to where we can understand it. I mean, that's just how we're wired. Our ancestors, if they saw a plane, they wouldn't know what that was. Of course they would call it a bird. Of course they would call it whatever was in the sky at the time. Big bird, big metal bird, bird that roars, shit like that. We process the same way. Our brain hasn't changed that much from our ancestors. So what people are seeing, they are seeing it. It's just not always how it should in their translation of what they have seen. So we look at things, at myths, and we just blow the whole damn thing off, but there was some truth to that. Every one of the myths that ever existed, from, someone said about unicorns, from unicorns to fucking Loch Ness Monster, there was always something there that people looked at and went, you know what that looks like? So this whole thing with the Wendigo, somebody at one time and looked at somebody else and said, did you see that fucking thing over there? And somebody said, no. What did that look like? Well, it looked like this. So that's how things get passed down along the line.
Oh, yeah. Just like wheels in the sky in the Bible. What do you think those were? Do you think they were... what do you think wheels in the sky were in the Bible when they talk about wheels in the sky? What do you think they were?
Could have been anything. I mean, could have been a spaceship. Could have been. Why? Who says it can't be?
I get it.
We don't know. We don't know what these people saw. We're taking everything second-handed. And if you're seeing a creature from old... if you saw something, something that the Native Americans seen, but you never heard that story before.
Flying turtles. Okay? Here you go, flying turtles.
If you walked out your door and it's like, boy, there's this big black thing standing in my front lawn, and it's all hairy and it's got arms stretched out and it's got red eyes and all that, but you never heard of a Native American tell you, hey, that could have been a Wendigo. You don't know what the hell you're looking at. You don't even have a name for it. But it's similar to the thing that they saw.
Well, I'll tell you something. All the natives I've talked to won't talk about that subject. They don't they don't even want to say the word. They won't even say that word. They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's like almost like saying the devil to a Christian.
It's almost like that.
Almost.
They told me if you talk about it, then it brings its attention towards you.
Okay, I don't want to talk.
Yeah, it brings the karma, or you destroy it, grabs out of your dharma.
You're asking for its attention.
Yeah, then you become a target.
That's right. That's what I was
told. You don't want to attract attention.
So we're on shaky grounds here, man. I don't know.
We talk about this, but we don't need to say it no more.
No, it's fine, man.
I think we're getting a little bit off the subject of the Wendigo itself and going more off of hearsay. None of us have actually spoken to anyone other than Wolfman and Marijuana Mom that have actually witnessed it. So let's try to keep it back on the top.
I've actually witnessed one, like right up close. My story that I told about this rabbit creature, that story that I told for a long time, I've been thinking about it a long time, looking at pictures, listening to other people's stories, and I believe that was a Wendigo that jumped in front of me. And that's the only thing that makes sense. I don't know what the hell else it could be. There's no other story I've heard from anyone that makes sense, and I believe that it was. That's exactly what it described. It ran with superhuman strength. It looked like a huge demonic rabbit-like creature, but it was jet black, and it looked like demonic, like it was wet with some kind of sticky oil all over it. Really muscular and skinny. Thing was just nuts, man. Jumped out of this ditch in front of me. It must have jumped like 25 feet to get up out of there and land where it did. And then it just took off and ran, just gone. It was creepy as all hell. Creepiest thing I ever seen. I went 2 blocks around just to go a different way. I had to walk the way that I see the thing ran. So
You know what? I think maybe because we are in the Great Lakes here in Ontario, and a lot of the sightings happen here. So maybe because we are local, maybe that's why we've heard of more stories than other people.
the funny thing is, Stabby just said troll because it did jump from under a bridge. So maybe it was a troll.
Or it could be up there. What's the general nationality of people up there?
Caucasian, Mennonite, Italian.
Everything here. There's everything here.
French.
Not
Because
very many
there's
French
an
here.
Irish. There's an Irish goblin, if you want to call it. It's called a puka.
Yeah.
Pooka.
I've heard
and
of that.
It's another thing. It's a changeling, like what the Wendigo would be, that can take the form of a human or an or a dog, cat, young woman, young man, all different things. Now, here you go. There's another story of something like what you saw. Now, this isn't something that's uncommon. This isn't something that is that not everybody has seen. These go back centuries.
Can they go into a body and transform these things you're talking about just now?
You mean possess someone?
No, just go into them and transform them and then go back into their body.
Well, generally, things like this grab a body from somewhere. This is another thing where people talk to me about having a demon inside their body. I've said before, demons, if you were in the presence of a demon, you couldn't stand up straight.
It's funny because the chat room is just asking what is a demon. Define what a demon is.
A demon, if you go back to the original term of the Greeks, it is anything that is not human or divine, which means it's not a god. So anything that falls into that range between human and god was considered by them a demon. The other faiths, the sand faiths, turned the name demon into something else. They split the thing between angels and demons. There was a time when it was all considered the same damn thing. They were all looked at as forces of nature. They were all looked at things that had to be, you had to have the good, you had to have the bad, you had to have creation, you had to have destruction. These were all things that were both equally worshipped at one time because it was all part of the cycle.
They're still worship.
To an extent, but not in the not in the balance that it used to be. There's a reason that this time of the year, there was, that there was Halloween, that there was Yule, that there was times like that, because this was the time of year that technically destruction was taken over. You had the snow coming, you had the fall, you had the winter months where everything was starting to die off. This was just as much of a celebration as
you have to eat your
the
children,
spring was.
everything. Eat your children and everything.
This was all part of the celebrations between the seasons and the cycle of the year. You have birth, you have growth, and then you have death. That's the way everything goes. Everything in the world was connected like that at one time.
I love it.
We just decided that we were only going to deal with the good part. Well, you can't just deal with the good part. You can't just have growth. If you have too much growth, you have stagnation. If you have too much destruction, you have annihilation. They have to be done in a balance. You have to have growth, and you have to have destruction. And somewhere in the middle, on the fine line between the two, is where we're supposed to be. Hey, everybody go.
We're still here.
What the hell? Somebody playing with one of them goddamn voice
I'm doing
boxes.
No, it's not that.
It's Wolfman. Wolfman's trying to make something work. It's an old device.
It's his original music. It's amazing.
If I can make it work.
From the 90s.
There's something wrong here.
Is it because you got me plugged in?
I don't know. Oh, here it is.
I hear it.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's really scratchy because if I would have had an LP that was that scratchy, I would have threw that son of a bitch away.
Oh. No, it's the player. There's something wrong. It's a shitty old tape deck, and it used to work. I haven't used it for a long time. It's not working right. It's fun to play with, though. Yeah, it's only coming out one ear.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. Ooh. I fixed it. I fixed it. Oh my god. Does that sound better?
What the hell?
Well, let's see what the next song is. We have to do a song or something. Take a break. And this is the worst thing I can think of. It's an old original of mine from a stupid old ass band of mine. I got it. This is I Need My Fix. Here we go.
Everything inside, Filipinos let me up to the sky. He said, I need my fix, 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 I need my fix. Track marks all the way up his arm, and we crack in ecstasy for the trucks of joy. And the red after the red light, I was dead again. I was talking to something under the they said, get a bitch gonna pick up some, and I come on, keep up to me again. I need my fix, I need my fix, I need my fix, I need my fix.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Can't even listen to it. Too bad. That's too bad. But that is the way it goes.
You go, darling.
I do believe Stabby just called you guys liars.
That's fine. Oh, thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
I missed something. Oh well.
Well, I don't know about lying, but all I can say is what I saw and what people told me, and I don't know what the hell to think of it. I don't know what it is. But when I read stories
How
about
many
the
years has
Wendigo,
this legend been around? This
I
legendary
put two and
creature
two
been
together,
told
and
about.
this is what I came up with.
No
And
way we can prove it, but if the stories are there, then there is something obviously there.
Right. What what I'd like to mention, this is your show, sir.
Sorry about the
is
audio
that,
on that. I'll fix that later. I don't know what's wrong with that. Tape mechanism is screwing up on me, Dennis. I apologize. It worked last year. I haven't used it since. So that's something I got to fix. But it's too bad. I had it working earlier today, and it's an old recording of band I was in a long time ago. And, oh, well. Kept fucking up, so I turned it off.
No, what I'd like to just mention is that some people see things. Okay, we're going to talk about the paranormal woo-woo stuff. Just because one person sees things and another doesn't, doesn't mean it's not real. Just that the one that doesn't see it, is not quite seeing the same thing. Just because it's a 3D perspective, it doesn't mean it's not happening within 5 or 4. Forget about that.
As a matter of fact, the first time I heard about the Wendigo was from Dungeons and Dragons.
Can I ask Papa Coyote a question?
See, that's what I'm saying, Mike. Is that when people say they see ghosts or they see apparitions, well, ghosts, whatever. Wendigo, the spirit, that's the spirit carrier. And my opinion, right?
Hey, Papa, you want to toke
Yep,
off
I'm
this?
here.
You want to toke off this joint? Here, I take a toke off this, man. I'm going to pass it to you. You're in the castle, man. Here you go. Here you go.
No, and again, just when it comes to certain individuals that are left within 3D.
Dennis, you want to hit off this? Dennis, take a hit.
You're a smooth toker, Dennis. You don't even come.
Oh, shit. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
That's strong shit, eh, boys? Damn. Woo!
Yeah, I just had my 420.
420 works great.
What the fuck? Did you buy that shit off a cop?
Never would. I got my own license to grow.
She probably did something to the cop for that.
Fuck that. Smart enough. Never do anything to the cop.
Probably kicked him in the nuts and grabbed it.
Grab it back from me, myself, my own. Papa Coyote, me and Mike had an experience about 2 months ago when we first started hanging out here in this area. He moved all the way from almost 2-hour drive away. And we never took photos when we haven't taken photos since. And I'm almost leery of taking photos. But the thing is, how we're saying of transformation and all of that, can transformation be done so quickly that it can't be caught by the eye of the person taking the pictures until the pictures are seen? Because that's what happened to us.
Okay, you'd have to see the pictures. Like, I took about 5 shots in a row of her, and you can see her transforming into some kind of creature with furry legs and glowing eyes.
And big teeth and big mouth, glowing yellow mouth. Long blue blackish hair on the back of my back, my tail, my legs. And I don't know what happened to me that night.
Well, I don't know if it's a camera trick or whatever, but there's also like these orbs flying off this weird tree structure that people made on a beach, and these like fairy-like creatures flying all towards her, and
right to my heart.
And then she transforms into something that's not even human, but it's humanoid. But that's only in the picture because I was standing right there and I didn't see any of that. Any of that at all. No, nothing. I didn't see any of nothing. It just everything looked normal. I didn't think anything of it about those pictures when I took them.
And then we came home about a week later. We checked them out. We seen all this.
When I looked at the pictures later, that's when I said, "What the fuck?"
What do you think about that?
I don't know. That's weird. I just put the pictures. I'll show them to you.
Yeah, please do.
I gotta show them somehow. They're on my phone though, so I'd have to.
Send it.
I'll
Send
it to
them
your email.
if they're on your phone. Send them to me in like Facebook IM.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw those pictures.
I can send you in Facebook.
Yeah, put up the link. I'd like to see.
They were incredible. The lights started linking together and weaving. It was really neat.
I could put him in Twitter too. I've already put him in Twitter before. I put him several times in.
I said that's the whole thing about humans. We're all in discernment. Well, we should be. Don't care to take the time out for that, so they just fucking drop into fucking 3D stupid bullshit.
So, hey, Wolfman, so you put up pictures of shit that you call evidence.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Bullshit.
Willie! It's Willie
You're
from Alaska.
blurry, like every fucking other one. But yet
Really?
Holy
you
fuck! Oh, you know what?
Really?
You guys,
Hey,
if you want to
baby.
see it, all you gotta do is go to my fucking. Hang on, Willie. I'm gonna tell everyone where to go look. You can look for yourself. Go to my Twitter
Okay, well, look.
profile.
Dude,
Go to
do
my
the post, let
media.
Willie talk.
Go to my Twitter profile, Wolfman Mike, at Wolfman Mike 47 on Twitter. All you have to do is go to media and just scroll up a bit, and you'll see those pictures. They're right there on the top.
See 'em?
They're fucking right here.
I seen
Look
you
at that.
goddamn pictures.
Look at that.
There ain't no conclusive evidence of that bullshit.
I know, it's weird, though. It is weird.
It's fucking weird that you can't take a goddamn picture, fucker. You've been doing this shit for fucking ever. Looking for the truth, allegedly.
Pretty
and all
weird,
that
man.
bullshit.
Those white
No,
things
you got
flying
right.
at her. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Willie. We can't hear you. The music, it's too loud.
Those things flickering.
That's Willie's voice, man. It's too loud.
Wolfman has got right.
How
He's
can I do
finally
that
getting
with
a
my
piece of
camera?
goddamn tail on his
How the hell can I
which
do
is
that with my
fucking
camera?
bullshit. Like,
I can't do
goddamn
that.
Rachel.
I didn't Photoshop this
He
shit.
doesn't know how to Photoshop
I don't know how to do that stuff. I don't know anything about it. I
Shut
just
that
took a picture and
snag
that's
up in the
it.
background.
I didn't fucking do nothing to these pictures. And I
Did
don't-
he just
That's
call
weird.
her a snag?
I don't
I
know.
thought he called you a snack ground. I don't know what that means.
Anyways, these white things flying off the log
Not
is fucking
Rachel.
weird,
You're the
man.
only good goddamn thing he's done on this show since he fucking
Look
shit
at
on
this one.
Darren,
Look at this
the bringer
zapping
of
through the air. Look
truth.
at that thing.
and
What
said,
the fuck
"Get
is that?
Fuck off my show." So he brings a fucking hottie
That's
like you
weird.
over there trying to play to the mass media, guys like me that don't listen to shit with goddamn pants on. But Wolfman over there allegedly looking for the truth, and yet the best he can do is some blurry bullshit fucking bonfire photos.
Well,
with his
you-
little
Sorry, were you saying something really?
There
I
ain't
was
no
too busy
fire
not
there,
paying
man.
attention.
There was no fire there. There was no fire. That's why it's weird. There was no fire or nothing.
There was nothing
No
coming
bullshit.
off that
The first one
statue.
you put up fucking last month when he came back online was some bullshit with you burning a twig on a goddamn
Wait,
field.
you've
burning.
been waiting to
There's
see
nothing
this for a
burning.
whole
There's nothing
fucking
burning.
month. God damn, you need a woman.
He's a jerk off and stop looking for
Rachel,
one.
I want you.
The only thing burning is your dick when you hear Rachel's voice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No gagging, please.
Why the fuck did I eat shrimp?
No gag.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And
Same
now,
reason I ate goddamn asparagus, Rachel.
you smell like
Oh,
asparagus.
shit, you're pissing fucking green shit.
You know, I like it when a man smells like asparagus. It makes me feel like dancing. Or maybe not.
And it's time for
Maybe not.
butter.
Well, you know
Talking
what?
about Wendigos, man. Oh, spirit, man.
Willie's made me feel like going country, though.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
please Don't.
Wolfman,
Yeah.
you gotta admit though, you piece of shit. When you started your show, first time I goddamn called in, is you were looking for truth in all this shit. And I know you're fucking discounting it. You're fucking making up names of pixies or spirits or whatever the fuck it is just to feel down on your goddamn show, which is fucking bullshit. You start out good with that little cunt that had the ghost house that burned it down to save people's lives. Fuck you, Wolfman. You're goddamn selling out just to fucking play into some fucking, I don't know what demographic you're playing. Goddamn retards. Fuck you.
Fuck you too, Willie.
I like Willie. Willie is spoken, everyone, and now we have to start a new station, and we're gonna call it Country Paranormal. Yeah, Country Paranormal. That's right. No more fucking around. Let's do this professionally. Country Paranormal, everyone. All right, yeah. Can you dig it? All right, you're on Country Paranormal with the Wolfman Mike. It's Country Paranormal. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
I thought I saw my cousin go out back, and there was this big hairy thing that stood about 7 foot tall. He had beautiful long hair.
Oh, that's one of those things that yeah. How did your butt feel the next day?
I haven't washed in about 3 years.
Well, that's probably what kept him off your ass. That's right. Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't wash, sir. Alrighty. Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes in the country when you see a Bigfoot, just make sure you don't bend over in front of the Bigfoot and make sure you don't wash.
So is that what you're doing now, Wolfman? You're not backtracking on any of the claims that your previous guests had. And I say with quotation mark guests, starting with those fucking fucking dumbass.
Oh, you want me to call one right now? I can get one of those guys on here right now if you want.
You had real goddamn guests on, you son of a bitch. With fucking ghost stories and alleged evidence and all this bullshit. And you just fucking wiping out our table now that you're starting out new with some fucking girl that smokes fucking a carton and a half of smokes a day, putting you up in her fucking garage so you can come over here and play your shit ass music to us.
I don't have a garage.
He lives in a beautiful house.
She lets me sleep in the backyard with the dog.
Come on. You know better.
I like it out there.
Yeah. Better than a chicken coop.
Better
Yeah.
than one room in a big house where a bunch of people are all messed up.
Yeah.
I
It's
should
windy
go
out
from a
there.
dungeon to a castle.
You showed your fucking soul, Wolfman.
Nobody left me in the cold.
You're not looking for truth anymore. You're looking for fucking entertainment. And
Sorry, sir. I'm still looking for the
You
truth.
got
The truth is,
An
I've heard these
aneurysm,
stories. I'm putting two and two together, and I'm not trying to be a. But this is what it sounds like to me, what it must be, and I just come up with it on my own. This term Wendigo, because this is the only after the research I did from the stories I've heard. It's what it just came
Yeah,
out.
It's not a fucking term, man. It's
Everybody has heard
fucking.
about this one way or
Yeah,
another in
it's
their
what it is.
lifetimes.
Where do you think the fucking term came from?
Um,
And thousands of years old, man.
yeah, I don't know.
Wolfman, you piece of shit.
Where did
You
it come?
could have backtracked on some of your guests.
Okay,
Actually-
one of my guests a long time ago called
How do
in.
you prove it?
Do you remember the story about the lady that with the creature running beside her car? And this is backtracking. This story is backtracking. It shadows on that story about this creature that was running as fast as her car and talking to her telepathically. And she was so scared she didn't want to come on the show to talk about it, but she She typed me in the story to tell. Everybody that has the story about one of these Wendigos does not want to come on the air and talk about it. They don't even want to say the name of the creature. They don't want to talk about it. They're terrified that the thing's going to come after them.
It's not a creature. See, you always say that, Willie. Creature.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Creature, man.
Well, whatever it is.
The fucking.
No, I ain't talking about the goddamn creatures. I'm not talking about any subject in particular.
Maybe I should just refer to it as their imagination.
You're not even talking. You're yelling. You're just mouthing off.
I'm excited.
I'm sorry, Rachel. I'd never talk to you that way. All right, Wolfman, let me start over. What I was getting at, you cocksucker, is when you started, you had guests on. You were talking about ghosts and shit. I remember the first time I ever talked to your ass. The guy that had that goddamn haunted house in Indianapolis, and then he burned it down. Why don't you fucking follow up on that shit? That was your big. If you want to find evidence on a ghost, that shit had 2 nurses. It had 2 policemen. It had a hospital involved. But you brushed it off as goddamn entertainment. Now you're making up Winnebagos and shit.
No, I never had those people.
Time to keep your little fucking 12 fucking pack a day snag happy over there.
Willie,
to keep you
Willie.
In.
You know what, Willie? I gotta tell you something. You know how
Willie,
you're
going off on something you have no idea about.
I gotta say, he doesn't even have a clue because what he's referring to. We were talking about this haunted house, but I never had that guest on my show at all. The guy that was on my show had nothing to do with that house. He was a guy from England and had nothing to do with that haunted house. But Willie thought it was that guy and got mad at him. And he was all wrong. Willie's got all wrong, man. He's got it all wrong.
No, you cocksucker.
No, I never had that fucking guy on my show, man.
No, fuck you. You come
I
out
don't
here and
think
say,
I did.
I see orbs and fucking rabbitoids.
I
crawling
never
up my
had
ass
that
and
guy
shit.
on my show. I wanted to have him on, but I never did. I could try to get him on, and I'll let you go at him, because I think he's an idiot, too, for doing that.
Best way to get rid of evidence is burn it.
Yeah, well, I don't agree with you. I agree with Willie. That guy was an asshole for doing that. I know who he's talking about, but I can't remember his name. But he's the
Zach.
Yeah, that's the one.
Zach Baggage.
Yeah, I never had him on my show, man. Never did. If I did, I would have had you roast him real good, Willie.
Close friends as producers or some bullshit.
Really, why can't you just come on here and say, listen, there was someone you had on that I really liked, and can we have him back? Instead
I would
of
love to have Zach
being
on here and let
a
Willie
fucking
roast the fuck out of
twat
him.
about it and yelling. Why can't you just suggest it like a decent person?
Wolfman, you have Rachel on your
Whack.
show tonight. I really like her, and I hope you have her back.
Oh, yeah. She's cool.
You're still not getting in my pants.
Dude,
Well, that was very respectful, though, from Willie to you, Rachel.
Actually, that's the nicest thing I ever heard him say to anyone.
Hmm.
Actually, I'm going to have to applaud that. That
Thank you.
was quite amazing.
Thank you, Willie.
Yeah, Willie, you're awesome.
Rachel,
There's your cock noise in the background.
you are one of the sexiest women I've ever met on the internet. I mean, I'm
For
telling you, you have
fuck's sake. Yes, honey, I get it. I get it. I get it. Thank you very much for the compliment.
well, stop talking, and I'll stop
Yeah.
complimenting because your goddamn sexy voice give me
And
erection.
keep your fucking voice
You
off
know
from
what?
that.
Why
because
don't you
she's my
go
girl.
barbecue me something?
Yeah.
Will.
Get
Thank
your
you,
ass
my girl.
back in the kitchen where it belongs. Don't make me tell you twice.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn, I love it when you boss me around. I'll send you a
Hey,
picture
listen.
when I'm barbecuing.
Listen, Willie, if you want to get Rachel, you got to go through me.
There ain't getting me. He knows I'm married. He knows I'm happy, and I.
Yeah. Good times.
I just worry about the Wolfman, and I don't mean to be freaking yelling. Because when I first heard his show, he's badass, you know, he's getting to the truth. he had some gravitas and somewhat of credibility to his name. But now he's turned into the fucking female version of Debbie Daly. where he
Okay,
just wants
no, okay. Wait,
Oh, dude,
Wait.
you're so wrong,
Yes,
man.
ma'am.
wait. Since he's gotten back from his current, past now.
I appreciate
it's a
the
past
criticism,
situation that he went through. We've been working on this show night and day to try to make it better. So why don't you give us a chance, shut the fuck up, sit down, and listen, please?
No, Willie's doing good, man. It's
Look,
really.
Rachel,
Well, we need the Willie. We haven't had him bitch me out for a while, so. You know what? You're going to get electrocuted. That's it. I'm getting Igor.
I love when Willie
I want to
gets-
flip the switch.
God, no, don't give him an aneurysm, man. Don't do it.
Will.
Gee, Willie.
Willie! It's me. Igor's here. I'd love to electrocute Willie again. Take this! Put this on your leg. This one on your leg. This one on your neck. And then put this in your tongue because... Idiot! Shut up! Or I'll do it again. Okay, don't make me come back, you fool. I'll take this off of you. Don't make me come back.
Mike, don't fucking go the fuck off.
My turn. Are
Oh,
you
God.
ready? There is no safe word.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. What was that?
That was like a taser.
thanks for proving my point there, Wolfman. Again, like I said, your show had devolved into a circus act of listen to you get fucking drunk. You come on here with a hot ass girl like Rachel, and you act like a fucking idiot.
And we
You got
electrocute
Disney
idiots.
trying to be the goddamn voice of reason when you should be doing shows. When you set out to find the goddamn truth, but you didn't do shit. You just
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
sat on your laurels. You went through some goddamn hard times.
Like I
No.
said, we're working on it. Now sit down and be quiet.
Crack is a horrible drug.
Well, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what.
He needs
If
to be
you're gonna start
whipped.
working on something, first impression is the lasting impression. And Wolfman is making a bad lasting goddamn impression with his little shit thing that he's allegedly started up here again. The only thing I said, they did good. It's bringing
Needs to
your
be
little
whipped.
freaking tight ass making
Willie.
project tail into the
Wee Willie Winky, Willie Willie Winky, Willie Winky Willie. Needs to be whipped.
Wee Willie Winky, because when you get that automatic wink to the fat girls in the bar, right? Am I right?
Didn't he get breastfed enough when he was a kid or something?
No, I don't think so. He's one of these guys that he's got the automatic wink. You know what I mean? Papa, he's got the automatic wink to the fat girls in the bar. Can't even help
Oh, I do
himself.
too,
Well, I'm
but
glad I was breastfed when I was a kid. Fuck.
He got me goddamn job.
That's why we call him Wee Willie Winky.
gotta love them big girls though.
Well, he's got to have the big ones because he's got a small dick.
Oh no, you kind of need a bigger one so you can
I
take care of
know.
things.
He must have a big dick. Yeah, you're right.
You know, if you don't have the right equipment,
I'll give him that. He must have a big dick. I'll give him that.
The craft singles.
Hey, Wolfman, you piece of shit. Did you ever follow
Oh, Jesus
up on
Christ,
that
didn't he die
Lemon
yet?
Howe fucking story about the guy in L.A. that was found dead in the driveway of his girlfriend's house, and they raided his storage lockers. They found a car that he had that could actually drive underwater. They found like $2 million and all this bullshit. And his girlfriend said that her boyfriend was a reptilian. All this bullshit. It's a goddamn great fucking story.
I
Why is there no
know.
goddamn follow-up on that?
You can't
Yeah, why
find
would you need a fucking
anything. You
underground
cannot.
fucking submarine shit
I'd
if
you know
were
what? I'll tell
killing
you right now. You can't find anything
People to
else
swim
out
underneath already.
about that story. It's just like it just ended and got pushed under the carpet, and I can't find. I tried, and I can't find anything more else. A lot of stories are like that. You'll hear
Because
that.
you don't fucking talk about it.
I know it's really hard to find anything more about that one. I'm still looking into like the Norway Spiral. Now that one I found some more about. The Norway
The Norway
Spiral.
Spiral was a goddamn rocket, you dumb
Well,
bastard.
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I don't think so. But there was another one similar to it. I think it was over Russia. It was like last month. Very similar to that. I don't
All
know.
right, I'm gonna go to my unicorns
I don't know.
and puppy dogs.
Yeah. What do you think? Hey, what do you guys think about the Norway Spiral? I don't want to say no, it wasn't. Do you think? What is the consensus here? What does everyone think? Do you think the Norway Spiral was a rocket?
It was a goddamn rocket, you idiot. They already fucking proved it.
How did they
Hey,
prove
Wolfman.
that? You can't prove that.
I don't know how goddamn long you'll be on tonight. With
You
that
see
haunted
that
rage.
thing, man?
But
I don't know.
if you're gonna be on
Okay.
here for a little
It was
bit,
a rocket,
can you
whatever.
maybe do some detectiving work and find out about that guy in L.A. that his girlfriend claimed he was a CIA agent or whatever? What the fuck? And then secondly, can you give us a report? And it was reported in the Indianapolis Star. If you want to be a lazy cunt that wants to .com shit, use your goddamn opposable thumbs, which I don't think you fucking got, you stupid piece of shit. And maybe give us an update.
All right,
on
you
those
fucking
fucking
cocksucker. What do you want to know?
Listen here, bitch. Give us an update, please, about the alleged possessed kids that walked up backwards up onto a wall and onto a ceiling that was allegedly witnessed by some goddamn doctors, policemen, nurses.
Oh, that was down in South America.
There's two things. There's just two fucking things.
Yeah.
Can you do that, Wolfman?
Yeah, I already
Or you
looked
gonna
into
sit over
that.
here?
I
You gonna
have
make
looked
up
into
other
that.
names for what you going? Winnebago? Is that what you're calling?
The
fucking
problem
Florida?
is these people they all speak Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, and it's really hard to communicate with them. But I know I know the story. That was in Peru, was it not?
Look here.
Was
You're
it
the
Peru?
Wolfman.
Let me know, please.
And
Was
if
it
you
Peru?
can
It'll
find
help
a
me search for it.
contact, Assuming Eric ain't out there pedophiling little kids.
They have it
maybe
on this
kids
thing.
inside.
What you're talking about is a classroom of kids, and it's on YouTube. You can see it
I ain't
happening.
talking about no goddamn classroom of kids. You stupid piece of shit. Did you not fucking hear me?
They all went possessed and did fucking weird shit. But I don't know about climbing on walls.
No, Wolfman, you dumbass. You fucking idiot. We talked about this shit goddamn months ago. It was a family that had kids in the house in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, really?
The police were called because the goddamn kids were possessed. The police wrote a report up, said they saw them climbing backwards up a goddamn wall.
Holy
They
shit!
took them to the hospital. Same shit happened. How can you not follow up on this shit? We talked about this goddamn fucking 6 months ago.
A lot of things going on, dude. I probably wrote it down on that list, and just shortly after when my wife died, then I lost all track of everything, man.
All right, I don't want to. I'm not going to be a piece of shit like you and use that as an excuse.
Oh,
for
it's
your-
not. It's not an excuse, man. That's the truth. I'm suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome, and I forget. It made me forget almost everything. I'm just getting things back.
Willie wouldn't know that. He's never going to have that beautiful option.
Look here, sugar. I'm going to have diarrhea tomorrow because of the beers I'm drinking. So I always pay the price. Whatever happened to me yesterday goes with me today. So I'm not a carefree life. You know what I'm saying? I understand whatever happened in my past affects me tomorrow, and it's going to be diarrhea tomorrow. But that doesn't come into play with what I was talking about with Wolfman and these kids in Indianapolis. Wolfman, please investigate that shit. It was long before the tragedy that happened to you and stuff, and I don't mean to bring that shit up.
Okay,
But
anyway.
it should have been brought up.
Okay, Willie, how about you go ahead and email this idea to us so we don't forget about it, and
Yeah.
we will,
I love this idea.
in the next couple episodes, we will bring it in, and we will let you know.
Possessed
Is that
kids. Yes,
cool
we're going to
with
look
you?
into this. We will
no.
look into
Well,
it.
you know that story was looked into by Zach Baggins.
Oh, no.
I just sent the goddamn
You're kidding.
post to you.
That's
And
your
this is
the
this
guy
is
that
the
you
house
hate,
that he
Willie.
demolished.
That's
That
the guy
house
that
in
you hate, Willie.
Indianapolis is the one that was demolished. So anything that was there isn't there anymore.
Is that the house that's destroyed that he's talking about?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I just
Okay,
sent
now
you
I
the
remember what
link
you're
from
talking.
the Indianapolis Star.
Now I know what he's talking about.
2016. It's in the chat room.
This is the story that pissed Willie off. I get it now.
And
now I know
so
what he's
there is
talking
no
about.
Since you ain't got
investigating.
no
It's
time
gone.
to
There is.
lie,
You can't
you just be in
investigate
your
the
own
house.
little shitty self. What you got to
Yeah,
do?
but how can I look into it when the guys burned it down?
Why don't you
I mean,
investigate
like-
what the kids are doing now? He didn't have the kids in there when he burned it down.
Okay,
He fucking
we'll see if
idiot.
we can get a hold of someone that was in that house that's living today. We
The
can do
names
that.
are all there.
We can do
Everything's
that.
there. The name, the mother, everything that you need is right in that link that I sent to you.
Oh,
It's in
sweet.
it's in the chat room.
Oh, nice.
All right, I will get on top of that for you and go ahead and
Nice.
do some
And,
research.
and it's also there's. I'll send you the link that
Papa's
says that
in
it was
Spreaker
fucking,
chat room.
that it was a hoax.
Papa's in the speaker chat room, everyone. That's awesome. Great job, Papa. I'm glad
Great
to have
job,
you in
I'll
there.
send you the link that it was a big fucking hoax.
Papa's saying it's a hoax, Willie.
There you go. There's the link that shows it was a hoax.
If it's a hoax, then talk to the police that sent out two.
Yeah,
they
okay. I'm
sent
going to
out
listen
two
to the
people
police.
sent out in
They're
front of the
known to be
fucking house.
trustworthy. Now come on, fuck on.
No kidding. You got a point there. Yeah, like I'm going
You're
to
going to
listen to the
believe the
police.
police. Yeah, to
They're the
protect,
biggest
to
fucking
serve,
liars
and
I've
to lie
ever
whenever it
fucking
makes the
met.
state's case.
Every policeman I met is a fucking liar. And that's the truth.
What the fuck? When the hell were you born, Willie? Apparently it wasn't the 60s and 70s. You sure?
You do have a point there, Papa.
God
That is
damn.
the truth.
I don't know who you are, but you need to shut the fuck up.
No,
No, you don't have to shut the fuck up. How's that?
Goddamn Rachel and Wolfman.
Willie,
Who the
can
fuck
you
do you think
please
you are?
not insult my friend?
Okay.
I think you have high blood pressure, Willie. You should go get it checked out.
The count is coming. The count is
He's a
coming.
good count.
Oh, give that bitch your extra.
Go
carton of
fuck
cigarettes,
yourself
Wolfman.
with
Kill her.
1, 2, 3 pieces of really splintery wood and nails sticking out right up your ass, Willie. I am the count. Fuck yourself with splintery wood. 1, 2, 3 pieces. I am the count.
Stick my foot up your ass so far you taste my fucking toe jam.
The count has spoken, I guess, yeah.
Take your high blood pressure medication, Willie.
I already took mine. As soon as Willie came on, I had to take my blood pressure medication.
Yeah.
So,
So,
are you going
as
to do
far
anything
as
with this
doing
Wolfman, or are you just
research-
going to sit there and take advice of these fucking losers? Or are you going to take the
Oh,
initiative?
okay. And you're
to be an
a much
investigator?
better loser than the rest of us, right?
He politically correctly calls women sugar tits and everything.
Yeah, that's really,
It's great.
that shows class.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Quite a gentleman.
All I'm saying, Wolfman,
I'm
is you
just
have an opportunity
fuck.
to do breaking goddamn news. more so than sit back and play your little sound effects and your little fucking ass play over there with your little.
Well, there was okay. I do have some breaking news. I have some breaking news for you, Willie. Actually, I do. Here we go. Breaking news from Monster Castle Paranormal. A matter baby was found in the Thames River in London, Ontario. Matter babies have not been found in any rivers for the last 200 years. Matter babies are very, very rare. And it's the first matter baby found in 120 years since the founding of London, Ontario. Any questions?
I have a comment.
Yeah.
My dad actually said there's a woman posing in the newspaper, and he said that she was a skank. Now, if a woman is posing in hire, is she like a whore or something? Or
Yep, definitely. I agree.
So when she's getting paid to dress in lingerie, she's a skank whore and bitch.
Actually, not unless you tickle her repeatedly under the armpits, make her jump up and down like a kangaroo for 2 hours. Then I would consider her crazy and a filthy whore.
Yeah, and that's sexual harassment if you do that shit. You can't touch them all.
Okay, jump. Yeah, that's good.
I know. You got to put it in the spank bank.
Oh, this is not paranormal. This is filthy.
No, it proves my goddamn point, Wolfman. That all you cunts over here, you come on there with the extraordinary claims, and the only reason you do that, the government's fucking flying airplanes over here, dropping chemtrails, so you can get fucking laid, so you can make some desperate girl.
I'm getting laid.
Yeah, it helps me get laid when they spit those shit in the air that turns you into a fucking retard, and it helps me get laid. Yeah, that makes sense.
Again, you prove my fucking point. You find the lowest in society and you fucking pander to it. And you could be out looking for the goddamn truth, rather than sit around whacking your dad off while he's reading the damn newspaper, looking at fucking
breaking
Sears
news.
catalog.
Willie has been whacking his dad off for years.
I used to do that when I was a kid, man. Fuck. All right, don't take that away from me now. Fucker.
All I'm saying, you piece of shit, Wolfman, especially, you just gotta look at fucking X-Files. The guy had the damn poster on his wall that said the truth is out there, and you thought it was, but now you've decided the truth isn't out there. It's going to be what crazy broads that let me live in a goddamn house and smoke 2 fucking cartons of cigarettes say it is. Well, if she's been raped by some Mennonite mafia up in Canada, fuck you.
Oh, Willie, you're getting booted, man.
Wolfman's getting brainwashed.
Gotta wash my ass. I can't wear fucking cologne. I can't wear fucking Santa deodorant because everyone's got a fucking allergy.
I kicked him. Sorry, I kicked him.
I couldn't handle that no more.
He was
Sorry,
getting too
guys.
personal there.
That's pathetic.
I had to kick him. Sorry.
All right,
I know he was entertaining, but
I hope nobody minds.
Ain't no skin off my nuts.
no, I kicked him.
Oh my god.
He got blown up good.
Oh, Willie's okay that way. He gets all excited.
Jesus Christ.
It's everything alright. Everything alright.
This is cool what Stubby McHugs just said.
But yeah, so more about this paranormal stuff. These, everybody's got their own legends.
Oh, absolutely.
You have Valkyries, aware of. Wendigos, yeah, and not Winnebagos, Wendigos. Yeah, that's for real shit. And I don't care what the fuck you have to say. All right.
What?
I think the fucking Hopis have been fucking witness. What do you think the
Well, the
fucking
pictures I
Aztecs
told you where to
made?
find them.
Shit.
They're
Oh,
easy to
yeah,
find.
that's right. Coyote, did you find those pictures?
Anybody
on,
who
where
wants to
you sent
close
them
their
out?
eyes, no problem. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Sorry for the F bombs.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, I'm sorry about blowing up Willie.
And everything already.
It's kind of boring without him, though. There's nobody to make fun of anymore.
Why have to make fun of people to have fun? I don't get it.
Fucking Will is awesome, man. You know, he brings up.
He has high blood pressure.
Like-
He needs to take pills. he
I
needs to
know.
stop
I worry
drinking,
about him
his crap,
sometimes.
whatever he's doing.
Yeah,
The
he's just
hypertension or
trying.
He's
something.
to get his fix tonight so he loses it on Wolfman and me. Why do I want to hear that? No fucking reason. I'd rather go to bed.
I agree.
That's
I agree with
fucking
my
pathetic
one
to hear
man.
that all fucking night. If he wouldn't have shut him off, I would have went to bed. I had enough.
I'm tired of the whole fucking circus. I really
Right.
am.
So let's go back. Let's go back to the freaking damn subject.
Yeah, that's right.
So, which is
We can go back to the generalization of it. Let's do that. Let's go back to cryptids themselves.
yeah, those things.
What is everybody's favorite mythological legendary creature? Let's start off with that.
Oh yeah, sure. That's easy. My best is the dragon. Right,
Sea,
unicorns.
water.
I do
What
dragon.
what
man.
kind of dragon?
Dragon, fire dragon, man.
Well, no, like in the air, like flying or
Yeah.
serpentine.
All dragons fly.
Yes, that's right.
Sea
Yeah,
dragons fly.
Okay, yeah, well, these dragons that I've heard of fly, they're both. I
Oh
thought.
yeah, if you're talking about the sea creatures, man. Yeah, no dragons go underneath the fucking ocean levels.
Well,
No
what
creature.
what I heard was like
They're spawn of the kraken.
What's your favorite?
A few years ago, they actually got a picture of a sea dragon. It's on YouTube. Now, I haven't seen anything about it being fake, but it was kind of neat to look at.
Yeah, you know, it's like if everybody says these methodological creatures or whatnot. Yeah, where do you think they came from? Huh? Imagination? No, I don't think so. It comes from our observation.
Not if it comes
There's-
from our observation, of course, not because we've actually seen it, then we believe it.
Fuck,
more than
man.
someone who hasn't.
Humans.
We're not here to discuss scientific facts. If we had that, it wouldn't be paranormal. It just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
I've seen sea
Well, again,
creatures.
Rachel, that's why I did my show, Marrying Science with Spirit. I did it 5-6 years, 7 years. I did that show.
I heard the Chinese people talk about flying dragons and stuff, and that ties into these flying creatures that are on our outer atmosphere that people got pictures of and shit. And that's what the mythology of dragons comes from, because they had telescopes back then first, and they could see these fucking things on the outer atmosphere. They're like big worms, and they float around, and they're just past our outer layers of our atmosphere.
I know, they're real.
I don't know
Don't give
if
a
it's
fuck
real or not,
what
but I
people
heard
have
about
to say.
this, and I don't know if it's real or not.
You
But,
too with fairies or
but
gnomes
that, I
or
heard
whatnot.
that's where the whole thing of
They're
dragons
mythical
comes from.
creatures. Yeah, right.
So let me get this straight. You believe in a large flying lizard, but the possibility of a pygmy hat wearing beard person eludes you? That doesn't make any sense.
No, not me. No, I never said that myself.
No.
As long as he has an English accent, I would believe him.
Indubitably.
I would believe anything.
Cheerio.
And actually, if a person
Where's
with an
my-
English accent told me to fuck off, I'd probably say, oh, thank you. This
I have a
sounds...
test for everybody. It would be pretty cool to see if this works out for anybody. Try to go out anywhere in public and think as though you were the other person looking at yourself. And as you're doing this, put a thought in their mind as if to say, oh, I'll get this math right. I'm pretty good at this, but I'll probably get it wrong, but maybe not. I'll try it, okay? And after you make this person try to not think positively and question their reaction and what the answer to that is, you could actually have them so
I know what you're trying to say.
I don't know how to say it, sweetie. It's so hard to explain.
I know what she's talking about mental manipulating somebody's...
Pick it up. It's
Yeah,
easy.
okay. What she's talking about, say somebody's trying to figure out your bill in a restaurant.
That's perfect. That's how
Well,
it's
she's
played.
fucking with their head so they can't do the math properly and making them sweat.
Yeah, I know. You can't do that. You got to relax.
I do it all the time now.
I know.
It's fun. I actually got a $50 bill from
It's
Mike's
mean.
boss the other night. No, it is mean, but I wanted to see if I could do it because I haven't done it in years. So I go for Mike's boss to go get these guys lunch at work, and it costs $16.50 for the meals, plus it costs $3 for his drink, which would have come to $19.50. I gave her a $50, and she gave me back $37.50. Blew my fucking mind away. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, I'm just dumb. I can't do this math, and I can't figure it out. Oh, yeah. And then she figures it out, and she goes, oh, yeah.
So basically, what she did, she ripped off a poor little Mennonite girl.
I did not.
Using-
I was
That's okay.
just trying
Yeah,
to
using
manipulate
mental
my
telepathy,
mind to see if I could do it.
evil mind control,
wasn't my
manipulation,
mind.
and
Why
you
would I
ripped
do it
off
for
a
my
poor little
benefit?
Mennonite girl.
Okay.
These are not the droids that you were looking for.
That's not great.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. She ripped herself off.
Well done.
What am I supposed to do? Say here, oh no, you didn't give me the proper change. Here's a $5 back.
No.
I'm not going to do that either. I've done that enough in my fucking life, be that honest. I'm not doing it no more. I had somebody give me a whole bag of papers once. I told them a pack was $2. They gave me the whole box. I went to the door. I turned around, went back. I said, buddy, one of these are $2, not the whole box.
Okay, in defense of those poor little Mennonite people that she ripped off, so mean, like, I'm going to have to say, everybody go down to Eden General Store for some tacos, authentic Mexican taco style from, it's just like in Mexico. They make soft corn tacos just like Mexico. It's all made by Mennonites. It's fantastic. They also make enchiladas and everything else. And imports from Mexico go down to Eden General Store. All right. There you go. I made them in a commercial.
Yeah, that's small time crime, right? So that's no
really.
big
I
deal.
didn't mean to do it. I just wanted
But
to test
yeah,
my
but
theory.
what I used to do was do where that I know that they have to claim insurance, right? You walk out and you know that they'd have to claim, otherwise it's just chump change.
Oh, yeah, you can do that too, yeah.
You know?
It wasn't for my benefit. It was for some. I didn't even care.
Well, my
wanted to
aunt
test my
tried to
theory.
talk me into doing that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't touch that one. I didn't want the karma. Yeah.
Karma is a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, really think so?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it's just like sin and every other goddamn thing. It's mind control.
Mind control. Karma?
I can
That's
see
what
that.
they started it with. That if you
I
do
don't know.
something wrong,
I don't know
something
about
bad's
that,
going to
sir.
happen to you. Come on. I mean,
Real?
Yeah,
As
he's got
real
a
as
point there.
fucking the
you know,
sky is
how many
blue
times
and the
does that
fucking
actually
grass is
work
green.
out? I mean, think about it as a whole.
Every freaking damn stupid. Every time. I see
Every
it.
time for who?
I live it.
I love Carmen.
How
and
about the
Carmen.
people that are out there that do a whole lot of bad things but never get caught doing it?
Guess what? It happens in the end. It's not the beginning.
Yeah,
It's the
well,
start.
guess what? Yeah, and like they say, St. Peter's Gate. You know, when you go up
Well,
to see God,
see,
and
now
you're going
you're
to see
getting
where your
into the
place is
mind
going to
control.
be if you're going to be reincarnated back in this fucking stupid fucking hole, which you know people call purgatory, which is hell actually.
But you're
And,
getting
yeah,
into
that's
the
when
whole
you
mind
fucking meet your
control
maker.
part
If you get
too.
away from that,
That if you
Me?
don't do what I tell you to do, this is what's going to happen to you.
yeah, well, those are fucking minion stupid fucking sheeples. Who
Okay,
fucking go
then
by
if you
that
follow
rule.
anything that subscribes to that you are not in control of yourself, that you are not in control of your destiny, then
I
you are
think I
following.
am pretty well much control of myself.
You know, the reason that bad things happen to people sometimes is just because they make bad decisions. It has nothing to do
Okay.
with karma. It has nothing to do with sin. It
And
has
the
nothing to do with
universe
anything
has
else.
Other
Except you're
reasons
making
why
bad
they fucking
decisions.
take a fucking children when they're walking down the street, get hit by a fucking car and killed.
Okay, then why do the children get hurt?
Nothing.
Why is there millions of people starving in Africa?
Yeah, no kidding.
So where's their
On
karma?
that?
What'd they do?
Holy fuck! What are you fucking talking on?
Well,
Their
you're
karma is
talking
that
about
they're
karma
fucking
and all this
suffering
shit, but
because of
you
that
know,
fucking
there's bad
bullshit.
things happening to good people all
man,
the time, and
don't
there's
even
good
get
things
me
that happen to
started,
bad
man.
people all the time.
Hey, Matt. Nice to see you.
You know,
Yeah.
it really has
Shout out
nothing
to
to
Mad
do
Warrior.
with
Shout out
karma
to
or
Maggie
anything
White.
else. It has to do with the way the chips fall.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's called chaos.
Yeah, that's what we live in.
Chaos.
live in chaos.
Live within the chaos. Yeah, that's what we do, sir. Order within the chaos. Because you know what? You know what? Chaos was born from order. Finding the order within the chaos, sir. Okay, and that's what it is. And where the chips
Like
may
I
fall,
said-
they fall.
Like
Cry
I said
over it.
before, you
Okay.
have
I'm not
equal
gonna-
amounts. You're
you know,
supposed to have equal amounts
whatever.
of creation and destruction.
Yeah,
And
equal
where
amount.
we
Yeah, it doesn't
are
work that
is
way
in the
here.
middle of the
You fucking
two.
stupid.
Where the two meet is where we are. And that is chaos.
Yeah.
There is a
No
constant
kidding, man.
battle
They call it
between the two.
purgatory.
There's a constant
Yeah.
battle between the two, and we are in the middle of it.
Shout
No
out to
kidding.
Jeff the Gray.
And
Tell
it's
'em.
we're not. There is no end to the conflict. There is no final battle, because it's always going to be that way.
Don't tell
No
me,
matter
man.
if we're here or not, existence is in between those two things, and that's it.
I totally understand that. I actually totally agree with you. I actually totally agree with that makes perfect sense. I gotta say, that makes perfect sense.
We walk the line in between those two beings. Just look at yin and yang. Just look at that symbol. That symbol is, I mean, the Oriental people understood more of the universe than what we're ever going to understand. And they created that symbol that, you know, even in destruction, there's creation, which is why they have the little dots there. You know, in there. In the black, there's a little bit of white. In the white, there's a little bit of black. And right in that line in between those two beings is where we exist. There is no absolute good. There is no absolute bad, if you want to use those words. Because both have a little bit of each in each other.
But you can have more of one than the other, too.
And then you have problems. Because when there's too much of one, you start having more problems. Like too much, like I said, too much destruction, you're going to have annihilation. Too much creation, you're going to have stagnation. You're going to choke it off because there is no destruction. It's just all growth. Everything will become overrun. You need a forest fire in order for new life to come into play. Pine trees, pine cones don't drop their seeds until their pine cones reach a certain temperature. So there has to be a fire in order for that to work. There has to be thunderstorms in order to produce lightning. Rain can be a wonderful thing if you have a drought. It can also be a bad thing if you have too much. That's where that whole balance comes in.
Actually, I beg to disagree on that. There does not have to be lightning in order for there to be thunder.
Well, you know what I mean. You have to have all these things, and sometimes even the good things can become devastating. And sometimes the bad things, or what we view as bad, can be good. You need them. You need them to grow. You need them to bring back some of the things.
Up in a moment is Jeff the Gray.
Art Bell? Did you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That was Art Bell.
Yeah.
He said Jeff the Gray's coming up. Oh my God.
Jeff the Gray.
Yeah, he used to be a co-host of mine. Apparently he's coming in. He's definitely listening, and he's in the Discord. We don't know. He might jump in. Anyway, just warning you. He is quite alien.
With that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out for the night. I'm getting tired, and I got kids to wake up in the morning.
Alrighty, thanks for your help and everything. But yeah. What do you think that thing was that I described? Running through the corn, smashing the corn down, that thing.
I think it's exactly what you said it was. It could be a Wendigo. I mean, the articles that I've read, and I've read a lot through them since we were first going to do this show, they are almost identical to what you've described. And they are known to be in your area. So, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, and you tell us it's a duck, then it's probably a duck. Or, in your case, a Wendigo.
That's
You're
what I think.
a doll.
Yep. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
You're awesome. And that is Snarky of Oz, ladies and gentlemen. And she is from the land of Oz. All right. In the land of Oz, everyone goes. Yeah. And sometimes she goes. And she does bite. Thank you so much. Okay, now we're gonna have some more pot. Hey, Pop, you want some of this?
I think I'll pass.
Did you see those pictures where he posted them, Mother Papa Coyote?
Yeah, I did take a look while Willie was on yammering away.
Yeah, flipping out.
Oh, he's mad. I kicked him out of Discord.
Have you heard it or seen it?
Anyone could get him back in. Just give him an invite and he can go back in. I don't care. Just
No, I don't want to hear him.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow.
he's not going to come back on. It's just that if you want him back in to the Discord, he can come back in. It's not a forever thing when you get kicked. That's all what I'm saying. He just needs another invite and he can come back in. Not a forever thing. That's all I meant.
But I looked at the pictures and they're interesting, to say the least. A lot of times, I mean, like I said before about how the brain works, we process things that we recognize. You know, when we see things, our mind tries to create something that we have seen before.
Yeah, it's called pareidolia.
But doesn't
Right.
that picture look almost like something was coming towards me?
I
and
call
then
it recognition.
transformed?
No, it's not recognition. He's right. It's pareidolia. And we live in the past, basically. It takes so long for our minds and our eyes to coordinate what they are being seen. We never see things as it happens. We're always behind. So looking at a picture snaps a moment right away.
Yeah.
It's instant. It doesn't have to compute. It doesn't have to think. It doesn't have to try to process the information. What it sees. And that's basically how a camera works. So a lot of times what you see in a picture is what's really going on around because you're not filtering anything out.
I
You
don't
know,
understand.
your mind isn't saying, well, you don't see this or you don't see that or no, ignore this. You know, you're not, this isn't part of it. It's not erasing things. Your mind has a tendency to edit what it sees. Where a snapshot, there's no editing involved.
That's right.
It's as it is.
That's why I feel like I have proof there. And I've also changed into a dragon before. That's why this is the second time in my life that I remember doing this.
I have had different people, say that I've seen, other people that are able to do things like that. Now, have I witnessed it personally? No, I haven't witnessed it with my eyes. But like I said, your eyes will get rid of something, or your mind will get rid of something your eyes see because it's acting as a filter. We don't see like we used to see when we were kids. When we were kids, we could see anything because nobody got into our heads.
Yeah.
We have to work backwards in order to see some of the things that we used to see. We forgot all that. We got rid of it. Our minds have been programmed to that's not real.
Okay.
With it being in a snapshot, it's, I wouldn't call it 100% proof, but you could always use it as evidence.
How so?
Okay, Maggie White is asking for those pictures. All you have to do is go in my Twitter. It's Wolfman Mike at Wolfman Mike 47 in Twitter, and then just go to my profile and go to the media, and just scroll down a little bit, and all those pictures are there. Is that where you found them, Papa?
Yep, that's where I got it.
It's pretty easy to find, yeah.
None of that white stuff coming from that statue was there the next time we went there. And the things coming from that statue made out of wood was not coming at me at the beach at all. And then when I transformed, it was completely the fifth picture that he had taken. Third or fifth, I don't know, I can't remember. Fifth picture, I think.
Yeah, because it's the latest things that I think it's, you have to maybe go down, I think it's 3-4 pictures, and then they start there. And you'll see a bunch of different pictures from the beach with a kind of a weird wood structure. And that some people made there was some kind of contest on Lake Erie there, and everyone made these standing wood. I don't know.
Standing by itself, all by itself. There
was more of them. There was a whole bunch down the beach, and somebody told me that they did this.
No, we went down there when we just met.
Well, then who the hell told me that? And then we went back the next day, and they were all gone.
Yeah, nobody built them, honey. There was one built on the beach. When we went there, it was the first night we were together.
Well, that's weird because I remember some old guy telling me that they had a contest, and that's why they made them all.
That was maybe a dream. but I don't remember anything other than that one statue you wanted me to take pictures by. One.
I remember talking to him. Maybe you didn't see this guy.
I didn't see him at all. I didn't see nobody.
I remember talking to an old guy.
I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't see you talk to nobody.
That's weird.
That's weird. I didn't see anybody talking to you that evening.
Wow, Papa's really good. He put it in the chat room for her. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Papa. That's
Thank
pretty
you,
damn
Papa.
good, man.
Yeah.
I find things. That's what I do.
Combustion.
Doesn't it just look like my face changed into glowing red eyes and a big yellow mouth, like the hugest mouth?
I don't know what it is, but it's weird.
It looks horrible. Looks angry and hungry and everything.
I don't know. It's just strange. It looks. I don't think that. It looks insect-like, but to me, innocent and beautiful, sort of.
Yeah. I think it looks weird. Really scary.
That's the way they work. That's shapeshifters, man. You got to know where they're coming from.
That's Lake Erie.
If you look at the second picture that's on there, it's dated October 1st.
Yeah.
That is actually you turned sideways. That the red that you see is in your shirt, and that's what you see is yellow. That's your right arm.
Is it?
Yeah, that's your right bicep area.
Yeah.
About tricep.
Could be. Yep.
Because if you look up, if you pull the picture out and you adjust it with your editing that you have in photo, if you get rid of some of the shadow, you can see that your head, where the pink eyes are.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can believe that, but the thing that really that's what I was thinking too. That's just that.
What's the one
Yeah.
coming
That.
at me? What
But
are those things?
those
coming
little
at
white
me?
things floating is what freaks me out. I don't know what that is.
What is that coming at me?
Those white things. There was no fire. There was nothing, and I didn't
There
see.
was no-
I don't understand what those things are.
Even those things are going to be hard to explain because there was not a fire. There was not anything being thrown in the wind. There was nothing
No,
blowing.
That is the thing that I can't. It's the only thing
That's the one you
that I can't.
questioned.
The other thing is
Because it's light, whatever it is, it's some kind of light thing.
yeah.
And do you feel
And
like
it
it's
doesn't
going
exactly look
towards
like an
my
orb
heart?
either.
Does it look like it's going towards my heart?
Oh, there's different pictures, but you can see
Yeah.
different ones. It's flying around in almost all the pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are. I didn't see them visually when I took those photos. I didn't see those things.
Thank you for doing that for me because it was freaking me out.
I mentioned that before too. That just could be your shirt and it's blurred, and it
Yeah.
just blurred in the picture. But those white things, I don't understand what those are.
No, that's a relief.
So now you
Those things
got her
floating towards
convinced
me,
that
though,
she's
that'll
not a
always be
shapeshifter.
questionable.
She's not a shapeshifter.
No, we figured that out. This is actually our 2-month anniversary.
Oh.
Yay!
It is beautiful.
Oh, that's true. It is. Yeah. Well, that
Mike's
means.
been clean for 2 months.
Yeah, I even took a bath. Hey, why are you guys laughing at me? Oh, man. Laughing at me again. There's a curse on me.
Yeah,
You Ned.
Ow. Ow. She hit me. Ow. Ow. She hit me.
I didn't mean to hit you, sorry.
Ow. Jesus. That was a frying pan.
Hit you with
All
your
right,
frying
that's it.
pan.
You're getting it. Okay, never mind. I won't.
No, we don't do that one. Michael don't win like that way. You freak out.
So we had our first fight on our anniversary. She bonked me with a frying pan. Ow! Twice. And I attacked her with a chainsaw. Shut up!
Shut the fuck up. That's mean. You shot me 6 times.
No, it was above your head.
Oh, okay, you missed.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind so much then.
What do you do when your wife's running around in the backyard screaming like a crazy maniac?
What do you do?
Run the other direction.
Well, you reload. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. It's very terrible, especially after the story I'm going to tell you that none of you guys heard about. Probably not because you're not local. That's why, because all news is only done locally, so what you hear is what you know locally. You don't know what happens 100 kilometers away or 200 kilometers away or even more. Never hear about it unless you go to those news channels from other channels. Most people don't pay attention to them. But there was this gentleman here in London, Ontario. He had decided that his girlfriend was so crazy that he would kill her and bury her in the backyard. And then when he got caught, he said, well, she told me she didn't want to be buried with family. Now, this guy actually appealed the judge's decision, and he was thrown back in jail for more time for wasting court's precious time. And this son of a bitch deserved every fucking second he gets and more. Poor girl, all she needed was help, and all he did was blow her head off. That's a sick motherfucker. And I felt for her.
What are you talking about?
It's actually a real news story.
Okay.
Real one.
That's weird. That's crazy. I never heard.
It's a horrible story. But it did happen.
We should get the details.
I will find all the details. I can read up on it right
Get
now.
the
if
creepy
you want me to.
details. Is it haunted or what?
Oh, I don't even know if the house is haunted, but I mean, that poor girl. Her and her boyfriend not getting along, and him decide to blow her head off and bury her.
Yeah,
in
but
the
that
backyard.
happens every day, all over the
so?
place. Oh yeah, everywhere, all over the place.
Yeah, but we don't hear about it because we only hear local news.
Exactly. You might hear about it here and there. It happens everywhere, every day.
I don't hear about it. I'm glad I watch news, listen to news, give them
It's a
care.
sick
I
world.
can't.
People kill each other every
No,
day.
that's the last time I watched the news. That was that day when I found out he appealed it. I haven't watched the news since.
Okay, what's your point?
I just can't stand fucking the news being so fucking depressing and then people finding out about things like you telling me it happens every day. I don't know that shit. I live in Little Elmer. Hell fucking Helmer.
Gee. Toronto,
You
man.
really don't hear about how bad it is in bigger cities and stuff like that. My reality is a little quaint, quiet life, and I love it here. I don't want to put up with hell every single day and worrying about if I'm going to die if I walk in that alley.
Yeah, but I'm not scared. Who cares? Death is nothing to be worried about. The Wendigo is something to be worried about. I'd rather die than see one of those fucking things flying through the corn and coming at me.
I'm the opposite of that. I'd rather see one of those. At least if they went after me, it'd be a quick death. You know what it would be like, some son of a bitch and human torture you. They eat you, you're gone. They're cannibal. They don't give a fuck if you're still talking or not. You're dead. I love it. It'd be better than fucking being tortured by somebody else, a human being.
Yeah. We're not here to lead you into anything.
That's weird.
Uh-oh.
Weird.
He's back.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if he's going to come in here or not, but he's back in the Discord. But that's okay. He got punished. I don't mind.
I don't mind either. I'm just gonna ask him to take it down a couple notches because he can be angry, but he doesn't have to call names or fuck
I only kicked him because he said things about
me. And you
a lady.
should.
And then that's where I draw the line. You say things mean about a lady and
For a special
to her
man,
face. I don't care who it is.
I might be brokenhearted.
I just don't like that.
You
Talking.
wouldn't let your best friends talk to you like that. You wouldn't want a friend on the computer talk to you about me like that either. Just ignorance.
Maggie's seen the pics. I'm just wondering. Post in there, Maggie. What do you think of those white things in there? Creepy little white things. Besides, by the way, this music I'm playing in the background is called the Wendigo song.
I looked up a lot of this. It's amazing. I played a lot of this music yesterday.
It's comedy. It's supposed to be comedy. But you know, a lot of these pictures of the Wendigo show it with like a deer head with antlers, almost like a jackalope. That's it.
Yeah. Some of them aren't. Some of them look like skin creatures. They call skin and big mouths. And
So that's what it, you know, and some of them are rabbit-like, almost like a rabbit, and that's what the thing I saw was a lot like that. It was a lot like that. Good night, Dennis. That's wild. Okay, Maggie sees something around you.
like what? And who's Maggie? Can I ask?
Maggie White is Shabuni or Shabuni. That must be innate. Do you know anything about that, Papa Coyote?
That's what English people would call a gypsy, a fortune teller,
Oh wow, what an
something like that.
interesting lady to have on.
So that's quite interesting. Yeah.
Is that my aura is she seeing? Can you ask her that? Because that is actually what I've been told. I've got an arm's length on both sides of me aura.
Honey, that's not an aura.
What is it?
Well, she was raised gypsy. You know, that's what her family was. Her family were gypsies.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hi, Debbie. Debbie Daly's in the chat room, everybody.
Hey, Debbie.
So maybe you should see if you could get see if you can get Maggie in here.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like to talk to her. Very interesting what she has to say.
Yeah. Maggie, we'd love to have you on. If you want to call in, I can arrange that. Or I can give you... I don't have a call-in number set up right now.
Has
maybe I
anybody
can.
ever heard of this thing called automatic writing?
Yeah, it's a form of divination.
What's that mean?
Divination. That's
Yeah.
part of. That's like fortune telling, like seeing the future, things like that.
Okay.
It's channeling a spirit into you so that it can communicate with you or with others, whoever's in the room, whoever it wants to communicate with. But it's using you as a vessel in order to write what it's trying to say.
You are a blessing, sir. Blessing, sir, because a very beautiful young lady told me I had this gift. And I never knew what it was, and I never changed what I write. And when I write, I don't think, I just let my body relax, let the words come out, express them through handwriting. And as soon as it's done, I feel like it's completed, leave it at that. Now, I have so many of these, and it's just, Mike can turn any one of them into music. It's just that I feel like every single one that I write has such a beautiful flow to it. If I had somebody who could, like, if I could memorize, I write so many that I can't even memorize them. But I'm going to read this one just because we have a little bit of time trying to get this lady on. It would be wonderful if she could come on. But I'm going to read this, and just to let you know, there's no music, nothing, just I'm reading it. Unconscious reality, alternate vision, scientific electricity. Your confusion is my sanity. I'll mess with you what you pretend to understand. Conscious life senses, life for the real. Gods that bless, devils that steal souls. We all have lived life with a role. Do you have control of all of your goals? Longing for belonging, giving, never taking, absurd thoughts true, crazy thoughts aloof, teary-eyed too blue. Get away, you fucking goof. Show me nothing, sniff your glue. Each drug is just a fling of alternate life's beginning. Not worth taking a fit. Life ends up just shit.
Oh my god.
And I just went, it took me 5 minutes to write that. As long as it took me to read it, was probably about as few minutes longer to write.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to try taking this call.
Okay.
Alright, that should work. Hello?
Hello?
Maggie?
Hello?
What's going on here? Shows it's working? Damn it.
I can't hear anything. Try to call me back if you can. Maybe if you call me, it'll connect better.
I think I know why.
Because it's just grumbles.
Okay, maybe now we can hear. There's got to be a reason why we can't hear her. Well, yeah, we can't hear her. Oh my god. Wonder why. Oh boy. I need that other cord back. There's something going on here. Okay, hang on. I should be able to hear you now.
Oh, call her.
I know. It should be working.
Okay, it's not working.
Oh,
It is.
I can
Okay,
hear
here's
you
you
now.
guys.
I can hear you now, but it's coming through. Anyway, she couldn't hear me.
She didn't think you were on.
Oh, I never tried it hooking up that way before, so.
Yeah, it worked though. She was there. She was there.
I can call her back on a different line. That's what I'll do. I'll call her back on the other line. I think I can do this. I don't know. That's weird. 171.
Hey, she said she couldn't hear you.
Yeah,
She couldn't hear me, eh? That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check with the Skype connections here. I changed it, so my call-in line wasn't actually set up, so I'm just doing this on the fly. I didn't have it set up at all. Microphone, it seems to be working. I don't understand why she couldn't hear me. That's weird. That is working. Like, my microphone's definitely registering, and I can hear that. It's showing up. Strange. Virtual connection.
Sounds like somebody's calling you.
Yeah, I just made that sound.
Oh.
I made that sound as a test on purpose to check. It should work. I don't understand why it's not working. I could hear her. I don't have the line hooked up properly to my board, though. But that shouldn't affect her hearing me. She should be able to hear me. No problem. That's strange. Microphone. And that's coming from there. I don't know. I'll have to figure out later. I can't do it right now. I can try calling her back on a different line. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to try to do that. And in the meantime, what the hell is this?
That's your Wendigo.
More Wendigo stuff. Yeah.
What? Oh.
Oh, he just playing a video. This is about a Wendigo.
I'm going to try calling her, but I don't know if I can add... I might have to add you back into the call after I try calling her. Oh, I can add it to the group call. Sweet.
There you go.
All right. Oh, wow, this is...
Hello?
Hi.
There she is.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you too now.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I called you back on the other line because that line, I didn't have it hooked up right. It's not hooked up right now.
Yeah, it was all grumbled. So
I tried
couldn't hear
to
what you
make
guys
it
were
work.
saying.
You know, I tried to make it work, but it doesn't seem to work. So,
Oh, it's okay. It happens.
but
Don't
that's
worry
because
about it.
yeah, it's a shit. Yeah, I hate it. I hate the virtual connect. How you doing?
I'm doing great. My name's Maggie. It's pleased to meet
Yeah.
you guys.
I'm sorry.
I study cryptids.
Oh wow, you study cryptids.
I'm a Shivani. That means that I am like a shaman to my people, right? So one in every generation, you will have the first female of that generation, and then they get tested. Well, unfortunately, my sister was the oldest, but she died. So I was actually second in line, and when they tested me through divination, I passed every test, which is a rarity even for Shivani. So when I pick up pictures, I feel vibrations to them. There is 300 right now different ways to perform divination. Okay, automatic writing is one of them, but so is all the things that people are doing now on ghost hunter shows. You know, like the Evox things and recorders and all that shit. It's nothing but divination. It's an upgraded version of divination. So it works no more or no less than, say, a Ouija board or auto writing. As a matter of fact, I trust that more than I trust an electronic. Chris was a radio caller in the Marines, and he can tell you that those products isn't really 100% reliable.
They just
Neither
scan
is
the
it
frequencies.
right. So neither is a photo, unfortunately, and here's why. It's taking a three-dimensional image, right? And it's squishing it into a two-dimensional image. Then it's freeze-framing it, right? So as a photographer, you have to understand that it was dark outside. You were using a flash that was clear to see.
Yeah.
It was an auto flash.
Yeah.
You had a low shutter speed. All right? The shutter speed is not fast enough to take an auto picture. It was
was a
trying
phone.
to focus in on something. Right?
Yeah.
So with those two things, the shutter being slow, the lights showed up, and it was just a reflection of the flash in the photography camera.
Okay, great.
Right?
That answers all of our questions then. It does,
Because
it really does.
I also, and I don't like talking about it, but I also was in the entertainment industry, and I worked in front of and behind the camera, and I comprehend and understand photography on a basis of a director or first assistant director or an actor in front of the camera would when you're watching dailies get played back.
Oh, yeah.
So I comprehend and understand photography a little bit more than, let's say, the average. But however, with all of that, let's just set all that aside, and pareidolia, there is something around you. There is a strong vibration around you.
And what is that vibration mean?
Okay, humans will send out a certain vibration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And different types of humans will send out different vibrations. In other words, if I'm reading for somebody with Asperger's disease, they will have a different vibration to me, and I have to match it than, say, somebody that doesn't have Asperger's disease.
How do you get how do you get
Go ahead.
Asperger's? That's not from like trying to eat hamburgers up your ass, is it?
No, it's a form of autism.
Yeah, very sad disease.
Okay, I was just kidding.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be thorough in what I'm trying to say. But there is definitely something around you. Now, humans bring different vibrations. Even a dead human will bring a different vibration. But this thing does not look like a dead human. It looks like a pet. It looks like it's got the vibration of a dog that's dead. A dead dog. Did you have like a German Shepherd type dog as a child? Or a connection to one that died? Because I keep getting dog.
I have a
every
Belgian
time.
Malinois. I have a puppy. He's a Belgian Malinois. He's about 16 months old.
No,
Well,
she's talking
he's
about
alive.
a dead.
He's a shepherd.
She's talking about a
but
dead
he's not
dog.
dead. No.
No, I have
I'm going to
collies. I have
a dead-
collies that died near there, that were buried on my farm near there. Collie dogs from when I was a kid.
Okay, and is it like a beigey colored
Yep.
dog?
Yep.
My dog is too.
That's
though.
the dog.
It's a collie
That's
dog.
the dog. That's the dog that I'm seeing. It's got a sharp featured, smaller muzzle, kind of like a German Shepherd,
Yep.
because I have one.
Yeah, but it's collie though.
A German Shepherd. Right. So it would be a similar. If I'm looking at it looking at it as a dead dog, it's really hard to decipher if you think about it. Put a collie beside a German Shepherd.
Yeah,
There
same
is
size.
similarity.
Yep. Very similar, same size. Yep.
Right. So that's the dog I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So it's basically a protector.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing. It's nothing to fear. Now, I feel that you are on a journey to find some cryptid, but the cryptid that you're looking for, the Wendigo, in its form, a Wendigo is not what you're looking for. The word Wendigo, when it is broke down, basically means that there was a disease that cannibals in Africa and throughout the world took this kind of disease when they started eating and becoming cannibalism.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And it kind of made them crazy.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's where the word Wendigo came from.
Okay.
It means crazy cannibal,
Wow.
basically. What you're looking for, and you sound like you're from Canada, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Ontario.
Okay. You're looking for a black shuck.
Is that what it is?
Oh my God.
It's a black shuck.
Oh
You're
my
on
God.
the journey to see a black shuck.
That sounds so formidable
my
and
people-
nasty. Oh.
I have a story that goes back to my great grandfather and grandmother. Okay.
Yikes.
They were in Whitechapel, right? And the caravans was outside the city, but they went in to drink in the pub. Basically to get people to fortune tell. My grandfather also fought for money, a purse, right?
Yeah.
In pubs. And when they was doing this, it was common for them to leave the children at home, right? And home would be a caravan, basically with dogs protecting the kids. Now, these kids would be left at 3, 4, 5 years old with just a dog to protect them.
Wow.
Okay? Because we had no... I know it sounds horrible, but you have to think of the time frame, and you had to think of the fact that they needed money. These were poor people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they had to bring people back to the caravan and work. They had to. It was the only thing that they knew.
Careful, man.
So,
Every cook and nanny, hook and granny, crook and search everywhere.
okay, so when my grandparents got back, they was in an abusive relationship, and they started to fight. And my great-grandfather beat the crap out of my grandmother. And the kids, 2 of them, a young girl and a young boy, ran away. They panicked. They didn't know what to do. The parents were drunk. Nobody else was there. The dogs were going crazy. There was a fire outside. They were scared of it hitting the caravan and it catching on fire, which was common. So they took off running. And they ran to a cliff, right?
Yeah.
You know how Wales has them huge friggin' cliffs, and there's some cliffs like that around England, like those like channels that goes right down into the ocean?
Yeah.
They ran into one of those things, and they sat down. And when they did, this dog appeared, this black dog. And it had white teeth and red glowing eyes. And it told them in Gaelic, away and be gone. Other words, leave now. And it was such a drastic call that the kids got up and ran back home. They got afraid. And there was a woman that was beside the shack. And I think that she was a banshee. But when the kids got home, the man that fought for the purse and lost in the pub had come back to the caravans and set them on fire and killed my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather.
That's horrible.
So if they wouldn't have returned, they wouldn't have known what happened, and they wouldn't have been able to be picked up by the next caravan that was coming through. So they were in grave danger if those men would have found them. They was hunting them like dogs. So some people say that the shuck is evil and it's from hell. I sincerely do not believe that. Like, I do not believe that the banshee is evil. She comes to warn of a death. How can that possibly be an evil thing? Yeah. The only thing is she's coming to warn of a death.
Christianity is what ruined the banshee. The banshee is nothing to be scared of. There's 5 families in Ireland that the banshee is connected to. And that one of the families is my stepmother's family.
Right.
She's one of the original 5 families. Well, they're one of the original 5 families. And the banshee is more of a, to use a modern term, a guardian angel than what they are anything.
Exactly. And there's a story that a man went to work, and back then you had to travel really far to find work. The UK was devastated in a complete recession, and he got highwaymen on the way there, and they killed him. They split his throat. The horse brought him back to his wife, and the wife bandaged his throat. There was nothing that they could do. He was dying, and she heard the banshee outside, and she chased it away, screaming, crying, and said, "No, please don't take him. I have babies. I don't know what to do. Be gone. Please don't take him." And the banshee wept, and she left. And she left her alone with her husband, her love, dying in her arms. And he held on for like another 8 or 9 hours until the morning, until she could accept the fact that he was dying and tell him it's okay, you can go. So she was there just for comfort. But however it happened from across the pond to America, people are absolutely terrified of this thing, a banshee or a shuck. And a shuck, if you are from Canada, you know it just means shaggy. It means clatty. A clatty, shaggy dog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's all it means.
Right on.
It just means, I mean, if you know a little bit of Scottish, it means clatty. It's a clatty, shaggy dog. So, yeah. So it really is nothing to fear. It comes to warn. It's like the death watch beetle when you hear it in the house. I heard it, and 2 hours later, my uncle died.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I went crazy. I tried to locate it inside the house. I couldn't. I just kept on hearing it, and I knew that death was close. And it was my uncle, and I never got to say goodbye. So it never came to kill anybody. It just came to warn me.
You can still say goodbye to your uncle anytime.
Well, absolutely. But other words, what it was doing, it was preparing me. I knew from the death watch beetle that there was a death close by. I just didn't know who, and I didn't want to focus on it. I didn't want to touch on who it was, because I was so scared of it being my younger sister. So I didn't want to touch on who it was. And then my mom called me shortly and told me that my uncle died.
Are you kind of warning me that you feel like something bad or a death is surrounding me somehow?
Absolutely not. No,
Okay.
I'm just telling you how cryptids have evolved through time, and somehow a cryptid, which is a shuck, has got confused with a Wendigo.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
So
what
it's
I
a
mean?
shuck. Is it something to be... Okay, so the shuck thing, should we be scared of it?
Absolutely not. but it is part of your journey.
Do you think we'll find one?
Absolutely.
Do you think I should baptize it?
It wants
In
you
the
to
name
find
of
it.
the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and to dunk your fucking head right in there. Come on. That's a little baptism, you shuck. Now get your head in there. Come on, have some water, you know?
I honestly believe that you're the type of man and you're the type of woman that want to see this, that need, for some reason, there has to be a validation in your life that this thing is out there. And that's all it takes to find it.
I'm going to baptize her, this a thing, you know?
You know?
I
So-
joke about it and stuff, you know? But if I do meet a shuck, I'll ask him if he does want to be baptized, I would be willing to baptize him.
What, a shuck?
Yep.
They don't follow Christianity.
That's fine. I'll baptize him anyway. I'll baptize him in the name of Mother Gaia, Father Chaos, and the Wolfman. Just kidding. But yeah, maybe it might work, you know. Cheers, everybody.
So I hope that cleared up some things. And if you have any other questions, that's fine too. And also, if you guys want to call me directly for a reading, I will set that up for you, and I will do it for free.
If you want to come on my show as a guest one night, you'd be welcome.
Absolutely. You
Yeah,
set it up, I'll be there.
Yeah. That was a great call. You're welcome anytime. We'll set things up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Papa Coyote is already linked with you, so would you be a gentleman and link us together, and we'll set up a show for this lady too, Papa?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Right
Set
on.
it up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love working with the Papa.
Yeah, you can join in with us too.
Oh, man. Don't let me go, bitch. So early.
Oh, yeah.
You're giving generalizations about your dog maybe being black, maybe being tan. You're going to kiss her ass because she's the only one calling you goddamn show that you don't fuck.
No. I've never talked. Never talked to anyone like her. She's pretty cool. I like it. Sounds like she'd be an interesting guest for a whole show to me.
Scam artist, like everyone else you got on your show. She comes over there with her little things she's gonna throw out. And she's gonna solve all your problems by saying your dog's gonna live and all this crap. When she's over there sitting there, in her goddamn trailer house, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this for free," and she's sitting there standing on.
I really wouldn't go there if I were you.
Willie, you're something else.
I said if I was.
I admire his honesty. It's okay, Chris. I admire his honesty, and a lot of people do think that, especially about gypsies. I mean, if you look up the word gypsy in the Urban Dictionary, it calls us shit. It calls us everything horrible under the sun. So he can't say anything offensive. And I did not know that you had a dog. I did not know that the dog was tan. All I know is that there is a dead dog around you. Now, what you do with that information is up to you. That's up to the... Hold on a minute. That's up to the person that I told. Now, maybe to you, it has no validation or no sense at all. But to him, it might. It might make sense.
Dead white, but you've seen this little dead dog. Bullshit. Fucking.
Well,
Fuck you,
you know,
fucking drunk. Why don't you just fucking go away for a while?
You know, in her
Papa,
defense,
it's okay.
I gotta say that I used to take that collie dog on that exact beach swimming when I was a kid, and we would take the dog there swimming all the time. Every summer went with us swimming there. So, and that's the exact beach.
Wolfman.
So, I don't think I'm just putting one and two together. I had a feeling she's right, and she's pegging my dog, that Lassie.
Well, you
But
hear
anyway,
what
I
you
don't
wanna
know.
Hear, you stupid fucking idiot.
I think Willie's been pegging lately.
Yeah,
maybe that's what he needs is a good pegging.
He likes penguins, actually. He's in Alaska, and up there,
No,
he
I said
chases
pegging.
Yeah, I know, but that's what he eats. He eats penguins and baby seals. He clubs baby seals too.
Oh my god.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what Willie does for a living.
I don't need to do that.
He clubs baby seals and eats penguins.
Goddamn pagan. If I get some fraud over here talking to me about some goddamn dead dog, well, that's just generalization. You went through that shit with your damn ex-wife, Wolfman, and she didn't pick up on that bullshit. I got a dog out here I'm looking at right now. I want to fucking kill. That's black and
Yeah, but did I pick up on your dog? No, I didn't.
What,
and there's no need to be hostile to
Wait, he's the terrible. He's the worst
I
skeptic.
will give you one.
know.
You give me a call.
Yeah.
If you think I'm fake after that, then you have every single right to say exactly what you're saying. But until you have validated proof that I'm a
Look
scam
here.
artist,
Look here,
you shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
I don't
Listen,
need goddamn
Willie, you're about to get kicked and electrocuted again.
And you
Try
don't talk to a woman like that.
What I say.
Where is your manners? Where was you?
Kurt Green in
grown
the
up?
chat room.
Up in the wall.
Penguin pizza with anchovies.
Fucking makes me.
Be nice. Watch your tongue.
Look here, bitch. I
No,
ain't talking
watch your
about
tongue.
fucking
You're
etiquette
around ladies,
and
not
how to
fucking
bitch.
sluts.
You got people. You're
I'm being kind.
Yeah.
Change people's life. Oh,
He's gonna get electrocuted here in a
You
second.
just run your.
I got it. I know what
so
you're doing.
sorry, Mike. I did not.
Yeah, don't worry about this idiot.
Sorry that you're
It was going to cause this.
No, it's okay. He always does this. Don't worry about that. That's just he does this to everyone. He does this to everyone. We like to try to give it back to him before I electrocute him or blow him up or something. But it's funny. I just
Oh my
after a
God.
while it just
I'm not used to. I mean, I'm starting. His energy is just.
draining you.
It's making me shake.
What the hell do you want?
Please
Get him off.
stop
'cause
that.
He's gonna leave if he doesn't get off.
I'm being sincere. He's making my hand
Man,
shake.
shut your
Shut him
bitch up
off.
in the background, man. She's ruining your
Poor
fucking
lady.
shit over here. What she.
We asked her. to
Oh, I
come
muted-
on.
I muted him.
Who does that to her?
I muted him.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Maggie. He's
Thank-
like that to
thank
me
you.
every time I'm
There you
on.
go. I muted him.
And I
I'm
can't
so
handle it
sorry.
no
I
more.
did not know that
No,
I was
no.
going to cause.
It is definitely
kind of
not your
hostility.
fault. It is
No,
not your
it's
fault.
not your fault at all. That's his personality.
Sometimes I let it go on too long, but yeah, he gets offensive to people that haven't heard him before. That's Alaskan Willie. He's the snarkiest of snarks. He's the most skeptic, snarky asshole there is.
It's okay for somebody to be skeptic. As a matter of fact, I welcome it because skepticism keeps the truth, right?
Yeah.
He does his research,
okay
though,
to
this
ask
guy. He does do his
questions.
research.
You know.
Yeah.
He does
But
his
like
research on
I
how to be an
told him,
asshole.
the dog wasn't important to him.
No, it was to us.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was something that was important to you.
It means
So
a
it was
lot to
something
me
that
to
you
know
needed to
Mike's
hear.
dog, after I was at the
Not
farm,
him.
came with us to the beach to be seen by you to be protecting me.
Exactly. This thing is protecting you along your journey where you are searching for this other cryptid that is dog-like.
It's going to help me. It's going to help us find this.
I got a song here that I'd like to dedicate to Willie.
Make it a horrible
Yeah.
song, please.
I got a great song for Willie.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Willie.
I'm a real man. The Willy Winky.
You guys are bad. All right.
Oh yeah, here goes Willy.
If I'm no longer needed tonight, I'm going to say adieu.
Oh, I just did
I
that
think-
to make fun of
I
Willy.
think I've overstayed my welcome.
Oh no, you're.
That's just Willie.
It's up to
honey.
you.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. It's not you at all. It's him.
He's a real man.
I just didn't want Chris getting upset about it. And
Li- Just listen to this
that
for a sec.
nobody-
Doesn't this song remind you of Willy?
when Papa gets upset, bad things can happen. So I just don't like when he gets upset.
I'm sorry you got shaky over that. My heart trembles sometimes the way he yells.
Well, yeah, because I'm an abuse survivor.
Oh yeah, I understand.
You can't listen to that.
So-
Yeah, that's terrible.
So
I know
it just
sometimes I
brings me
joke
back,
about
you know
stuff
what
and then I
mean?
see
I just
some.
sort of jump.
Yeah, I've seen some women tremble at just jokes I make, and then I wonder why, and then I found out, and after you've gone through that kind of abuse, that stuff like that, even when joking around, could trigger that.
Exactly. And the way that he can, after what I was saying, it wasn't in a skeptic way. It was more in a direct anger. It wasn't coming from skepticism. It was coming from anger.
That's right. And I think he has a lot of issues he doesn't know how to deal with, and he just explodes on everybody he can.
I offered to read for him. I offered, you know what I mean? And it still stands. If you talk to him and he needs a reading, tell him, feel free to call me or contact me.
I'll bet you he will.
And
I bet you he
and
will.
I will do it.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't help what I see either.
Is there anything more in my reading you want me to know before you go?
For now, on air, I would say that's all that should be said.
Okay. That sounds cool. We'll have
But-
to talk off air sometime.
Right, but for a personal phone call, there would be more for both of you.
Okay.
That would need to, it needs to be said from just picking up different things.
Wonderful. Well, that's great to know. And
Yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you off the air. We will too.
Absolutely,
And
we'll
nobody
schedule
can hear
something
us.
on the radio also with
That
Papa.
sounds great. We'd love to have you on the show.
I love you guys and stay safe, okay?
Oh, thank you so much. We love you too, eh?
Take care.
Okay. Blessings.
Blessings.
Blessings from Mother
See you
Gaia.
later.
All right, that was awesome. Okay, yeah, hey. And there she goes. With pieces of my heart. Yeah. Ever heard that song before? It's Bob Marley.
Did somebody do it recently too? Like just
No,
the
I
last 10
don't
years?
think so.
Pieces of my heart?
I don't think so.
I think so.
But I think this is the one that Darren wanted to hear right here. Third uncle, yeah. There she goes, Bob Marley. Oh yeah. Ja ja.
There she goes with the pieces from my heart. There she goes, and now my teardrops start. And here I go once again through these lonely heartaches and fear.
she goes.
There she goes. There she goes.
That's cool.
Yeah, every time a guest leaves, like a nice female guest, we should play that.
We should play that one every time. That's right. That would be our kick. That would be our kickoff for the girl. She'd like that.
Yeah. Okay, and now, what are we going to do? We got 19 minutes left. We should get out of here. Kick this off with a bang. Maybe just let this play. What do you want to hear next, Papa? You got one for me?
Not to follow up on that. Holy shit.
How about Ooh, there's no vampire reggae, is there?
No.
Hey, wait a minute. There is. Wait a minute.
Succubus.
There is. There's a song by Peter Tosh called Vampire.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, there is. I know there is. I just remembered it.
I found some yesterday too. Beautiful music they came out with. I can put in vampire music and it comes up.
Oh, yeah. I was right. Wicked. Okay, Peter Tosh. Vampire. Wicked. Oh, that's not it.
What the fuck? Sounds like a chariot race.
Here we go, Antonio.
Okay.
It's been her.
Yep. That's not it. What the hell?
Yeah, it is.
But that doesn't sound like the song.
It is. I'm not
hell?
singing it though.
That's not
It
it.
is. Yeah, sing.
That's strange, man. That's not it.
Not singing it at all.
That is not it. Weird. Now, I know this is it right here. It is it. Oh, yeah, this is it.
This is it.
That sounds like a werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
See you prosper, only like to see you suffer on the set of vampires, on the old vampires, only trod upon creation with your bloody meditation on the set of vampires, on the fight against awfulness, on the fight against gonna fight against everything good for the younger generation. On the old vampire, on the wickedness at midnight, and on the humble when it's daylight. On a set up vampire, on the old vampires, only like to see blood running. Make sure you know it's fire burning.
Yeah, that was groovy. All right.
There's also a song called Camellia, which is by the Theater des Vampires.
How do you spell that?
It is Camellia. Or Carmilla.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Camellia. Did you say Camellia?
Video here, but I don't know if that's going to translate if I send it to
Camellia rock songs? Or what is it?
Huh?
C-A-R-M.
C-A-R-M. Carmelia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Camellia.
Carmelia Vampire?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, I'll send you the link that I have.
Carmelia, the series. Carmelia, the
It's in the
trailer.
chat room.
Is that... It's a show.
No, there's the song.
Okay.
Like I said, I have the link in the chat room for you.
Okay. For some reason, it's not showing up there. I gotta look here. Okay. Doesn't work there. Damn it. Well. Okay, I'll have to go into... I know what to do. Go in here. Yeah, I'll go down here. Wendigo Night. Okay. Now I can go into it. Now I go into it. Okay. I found it. Theaters de Vampires. Carmelia. So it's French.
No, they're an Italian group, really.
Oh. Okay, here we go. Freaks me right now. Everything just blacked out for some reason.
mine, shall be mine. She says, love with all its sacrifice, sacrifice. There is a corners beyond the years. In her smiling endless melancholy, there fuse love for you, the last ray of light. You see her under the moon shadow, standing here to put your bed. In her lacy white dress, beaten from her chin to her feet. In one way, scarlet stain, she say again. There is no sacrifice without blood, without blood.
Holy fuck. That's funny. So, just so everyone knows, I banned all Bigfoots and unicorns from the chat room. Yeah. So, only real humans allowed. No Bigfoots.
I guess I'm fucked.
Yeah, me too. I better stay out of there. The only thing keeping me sane right now and human-like is the coffee.
Yes, I love my coffee. Yes, I have, like I said, I have it's called the Dark Night, and or Black Night, and I got it from Amazon, and it's some really good shit. I mean, I used to drink Death Wish a lot. I'd fluctuate between the Death Wish and the Valhalla Java that they make. But I found this, and it's a lot cheaper, but it's got a really good taste, and it's got just as much kick as the other stuff did.
Wow. Sounds strong.
Yeah, it'll put hair on your chest.
I don't want hair on my chest.
I like my coffee that when you put a spoon in it, it stands up.
Are you serious? Do you drink alcohol?
No, I drink coffee.
Yeah, did you ever substitute the strong coffee for stopping alcohol?
No, I grew up drinking coffee. I mean, everybody in my house when I was younger, I grew up with my great-grandmother, my great-aunt, my great-uncle, and my dad. Everybody but my dad drank coffee. So it was constantly in the house. I mean, my aunt would make a pot of coffee every day, and then she had two thermoses that were the old glass-lined thermoses, these big son of a bitches. And she used to fill two of them every day, plus the pot of coffee that she'd make, and everybody would drink that during the day. I mean, we drank it like water.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
So now you've gone to stronger coffee, eh?
Do you know Willie has a Pomeranian? And he lets the Pomeranian stir his coffee with its dick.
Probably.
Yep.
I don't doubt that.
That's what he does. Not everybody, can stomach it, but gives a certain flavor. And it goes with the rotisserie barbecued penguins and the club baby seal dicks that he eats.
Goddamn wash either.
I think we should take the last few minutes of the show just to totally trample upon Willie.
He probably hasn't taken a bath since the Nixon administration.
Well, I don't even think he has running water there because he's got to shit in a beer box and then burn it on fire to get rid of his shit. So he probably can't even have a shower or bath. He has he's got to roll in the snow. He's in Alaska.
He doesn't have running water, but son of a bitch got an internet connection. Now,
yep, that's true.
Yeah. It's like, let's think about that a minute.
Well, you can do that with a cell phone up there, right? You can buy a trailer,
Yeah, but trailers have shitters in them.
Yeah, well, then you have to buy a lot of land to put it on that actually has some kind of well or water.
Well, not really, because they all have. If you buy a trailer like a mobile home, well, not a fixed trailer. If you buy a trailer that like a tow behind or something like that, those things have a black tank and a gray tank. The black tank's for shit. The gray tank's supposed to be for your water supply.
Yeah. Well, this is a little song about clubbing baby seals. And we're going to have to leave you guys tonight. It's time to go. It's a place we all know.
Baby seals.
Love the way it feels when you club a baby seal. The power trip is so unreal. We will drink some beers.
Yes, indeed.
Sit back and watch some drowning polar bears.
Oh, look. There's a drowning polar bear. Oh, my.
For the seal to take our bait. We'll club baby seals.
Oh, God, yes. Hit it again. Yes, hit it.
When you club a baby seal.
Oh, Lord.
The thrill of the kill is so unreal.
I bet you guys want to go and club baby seals now, too, with Willie.
No, I want to go Club Willie.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bats, you know, hit him in the head until he takes his high blood pressure medication and slows down his drinking. It might help.
He's another one of them people that I think ought to be beaten about the head with a cinder brick. You know,
cinder brick. Those are heavy.
Hit him in the head until he takes his heart medication. What did
just beat him with a golf club until he gets up and takes his fucking medicine.
That's right.
That'll get him moving.
Fucking A. There you go.
Oh my God.
That's what you do.
Oh,
he should be set on.
Hey, do you like the band Ghost?
Did I what?
That band Ghost. Have you heard them yet?
Yeah. Oh God, I love them.
They're great. We love them too. My son introduced it to us.
Yeah, I caught them years ago. I don't know where the hell I saw the video at the first time, and I was like, "Oh man, these guys got their shit together. I like this."
Oh, damn right. They're phenomenal. They've only been around for about a year and a couple of months, and they've already got awards for their videos.
Yeah.
But they've been around in the Netherlands for years.
So we're out of here, folks. 27 seconds left.
Oh boy.
And we're
Let's say something intelligent.
we'll be back on the weekend with another show. Friday night. I think we have something in mind, but I can't remember what it is. I know there's a guest. Do you remember?
So many guys. We have 5 lines.